Let me see if I can find out what the hell is going on. I need to go back. Okay. Home. Alright, let's see if this is better. Okay, I don't know what the hell happened, why the camera was small. It doesn't make any damn sense. That's kind of odd. Let's see if I can scoot this back a bit for you guys. A little better? Alright.
That should be good.
If not, I can always spin the camera or whatever. Let's see, I'm gonna go to top chat. Get out, Savage, so I can see what the hell's going on. Hey Ray, what's up, John? I don't know what the hell happened with the camera. Okay, get out, man. I don't know what the hell happened with the camera being like sideways like that before. It's never done that to me before on like on a live stream before, being such a little small little bitty box. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, typical. Let's see, top chats. I want to see all chats. I think. Hopefully that's all of it. I guess, John, I don't know what the hell happened. It was a little small screen. I turned notifications off on my phone. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's kind of odd. What's up, Jamie? My sound is tiny. Well, that should be on my phone. I should be able to turn my phone up. Oh, I'm maxed out on my volume. I should be okay. What's up, Field Walker? Let me see if I can show you guys around the table. Got a lot of shit on the table. Better? Alright. Hopefully that's okay.
To get it straightened out?
Yeah, I think so. You guys hear me? Or is it still like volume's like way down low? Because the phone's only like, I don't know, maybe 3 feet from me.
Turn up the volume on both your phone and the...
No, because the computer just plays. I don't need any volume on the computer or a laptop, whatever. Slide it all the way down. So my phone should be the actual microphone picking everything up. Oh, man. Let's see. What's up, Kim? All the way from, we got 2 third worlders in here, man. We got Ezekiel and Kim. I've been loving all the stuff you're posting, Kim, man. You're just like putting all kinds of stuff up, man. Your projects are freaking awesome. It's like, thank God like, Australia is finally getting some like materials and stuff for you guys to start building some of your own stuff versus being stuck like where you can't find foams or props or glues and stuff, because Ezekiel has a hell of a time getting a hold of materials too sometimes. Hanceville, currently in Piedmont at the marching band competition. Man, you move a lot. You move around a lot, Brilliant. You constantly gotta go, go, go. Band and all kinds of stuff. John C says, hello, April. Wherever your mom went off to. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use our treat bags tonight. These are what the kids are getting, the werewolf bags. And these are from Old Time Trading
Company?
No, Oriental Trading Company. That's what they are. So there's 1 of 2 designs. It's either the black one, black silhouette of the werewolf. We got the red one too, right? Make sure you don't miss anybody. And we got the red slasher bag that's also werewolf. I thought this is pretty cool. They've had these bags for a couple of years now, and they're like $8 for like 50, I think, something like that, maybe a little more. They're freaking awesome, man. I love these bags. And then once they're done, where's the toys at, Savage?
Over here.
Yeah.
Take a look at the bookies first. There's Scream in here too.
Yeah, so there's, what is these? Squishies? Oh, I forgot I got squishies.
Yeah.
So I've been going and getting like on Amazon and Oriental Trading Company and stuff. All the kids get some kind of like little squishy.
Find the hand one.
There's a cool little zombie hand. It's like little scratches on it or whatever. Ghost. They're almost so squishy it feels like you could eat them, but they're not candy.
Ghostface. Scream.
We got squishies. What else did I get? What's in other bags?
1 second.
I know I got the little,
Poppets.
yeah, popper thingies and stuff.
1 second. I'm gonna give you a poppet to show. A witch.
That's cool, Berlina. So I got a bunch of these for the kids too, like these little fidget toys over there. They got the little pops in there, and they're all Halloween themed, like 3 colors. So you just push the little silicone knobbies in.
There's another one over there.
So got a little witch, and then what's this guy? He's like a little ghost with a hat on. So I think I got like what else did I get? A little.
You got little mace toys, and then
Yeah.
some, like bouncy ball eyeballs.
Yeah, that's right. All the kids get like a bouncy ball eyeballs. Cat's been chasing around the damn house with the baby cat head.
Oh, you already put one in there?
Like a Super Bowl, we used to take those to gym class and put them against a wall, and we all try and catch them as a class. The little bastards will bounce up to the ceiling. And then these are a little chrome ball in there, and you got to find your way out of the maze.
Yeah, those are two.
I thought they were bigger when I first ordered. When they showed up, they were tiny. It's like I wonder why they were 75 in a bag for like I don't know, $20 or $30, whatever it was. You just make a little BB go down the track. Yeah, I want to give the kids like, you know, a couple of different things there. So once they burn to the candy and that's done, of course they get to pick a magnet too.
Seems like I had more last year.
What's up, Jamie? What's up, brother Dave? What's up, Cat? What? It's been a while, Cat. You must have been hiding.
Hey, he's first.
What's up, Ben? That's cool, Ben. No problem, man. I know we're all busy. I was freaking working on the display all day. I finished the Tombstone video finally today, so I got to edit that, and then I don't know when the hell I'm even going to put that out. Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to hold it till Friday, or maybe I'll do it like Sunday or Monday, or I don't know. But it actually turned out pretty good. It actually worked. It's just that fence post foam from Home Depot, dumping into a cardboard box, and man, it actually makes some big, huge, thick-ass tombstones, man. Oh, Brother Vic's driving home. Brother Vic's out fishing today.
Didn't do that hard.
That's no big deal, Dave. Try to be, John, because we have a really small subdivision. So I think our most trick-or-treaters was like, what? Maybe 35, 40? Probably last year was our biggest year here, I think. There's some years we've had like maybe 10 or 12
I don't think
trick-or-treaters.
so, Keith.
You don't think so? Or was it the Blue
We
Moon
have
year?
so much candy left over.
Yeah, we eat a lot. I think it was like the Blue Moon year. Was that 21? I think we had like our biggest crowd was last year, I think. Because that one girl came by, remember she emailed or called and said, oh, can I come by?
No.
The Cobweb's house to get a bag? And she
Yeah.
Facebook or something, yeah. I think that was last year.
It was last year.
You'll have to ask.
Lagging and buffering. Damn, Jimmy, that must be you, man. My internet should be fine. I think my volume's okay. Maybe you're having issues at home.
Ask everyone else if they're having issues.
Nobody else has said a word. I've asked.
No?
Yeah, everybody else seems to say everything's fine. Busy time of year, too many orders. Hey, that's good orders. Good orders means money coming in. It actually turned out pretty good, Ray. I was kind of shocked, man. I think I would have been better had it been a little bit warmer. When I started this video, it was kind of cold, so I think the foam would have done better, expanded more, had it been warmer outside. So it's really something you should try in the summertime, because it seemed like the next day when I poured up the base for the other bigger tombstone, it seemed like I got more than a cubic square foot out of them bags. So you guys will see the whole process and stuff. But I mean, it's better than buying them little $20 tombstones at the store that you use for a couple of years and they're destroyed by the time you put them away and use them for a year or two. Edson says, hello, Scare family.
Hello.
Oh,
So what's that?
he says your treat bags are the best, but I think I get 1 to 200 trick-or-treaters, so I'd be broke. They're actually not bad, Ray. Those are, god damn it, I want to say old-time pottery, but it's the Oriental Trading Company. You get a buttload of bags. I think like 50 bags for, that was like 10, 12 bucks, something like that. So the bags themselves weren't bad. And then, of course, you know, everything's up. Candy's up, chips are up, everything.
Dollars are up.
Yeah, everything. But I think I did okay in the toys. I got from Amazon. I got from Oriental Trading Company. I had some stuff Brett hold away from last year. So hopefully the kids make out good this year, man. Cat says no lag or buffering. Yeah, little Savage is making sugar cookies. Is there actually like a little stamped guy in there?
Huh?
Little stamped guy?
Stamp?
You know how you cut out the cookie and then you flip it over, you stamp the skeleton on it?
Yeah.
Savage is making sugar cookies. It better not be glitter.
It is.
Edible glitter. Don't you like that?
Tarjay.
Ezekiel said everything sounds good in the third world.
And then.
Okay, a cat,
And
and
then.
then, yeah, the gingerbread man. Alright, Ben, I'll check you out later, man. Be safe.
Where's Ben going?
Well, he had to run, he said. It's Saturday night, he's probably going out to party.
Don't go anywhere. Stay here.
I wish, Edson. I'm gonna be doing my gargoyle booze on, well, you know what, it depends. I don't even know what day our trick or treat is yet. So I think Halloween's on a Tuesday this year. I'm hoping they let the kids trick or treat on Saturday and not hold till Tuesday. Otherwise, we'll have to like wait till 6 and then go. It'll be an early trick or treat, man. That'll suck. Even my display's kind of behind because making videos. This Tombstone video took longer than I thought, but it turned out really good.
Yeah.
I got a bunch more stuff I want to do before Halloween, so I think I'm going to downsize my display this year and work on videos. For those of you who like killer clowns, I think I've got a cool killer clown DIY coming up. I've been getting requests for the trout line from hell that my swamp witch has. I think I'm going to put her in the garage this year. When the kids come in, they'll see her. So I want to do a DIY on the trout line that I have. I want to do my like anti-theft video. I've got like free things, 3 little points I want to make on that. I got a bunch of stuff I kind of want to video before Halloween, so my display is probably going to suffer. I just got lights up tonight. I'm going to go tweak it tomorrow night when I have some time to play in the yard. I'll put some more stuff out. Yeah, I got a bunch of videos I want to do, man.
Who wants me to mail them some cookies?
Yeah, Jamie, it must be you, man. Everybody else says that no lagging and volume's okay. Are you in China? Where are you hiding at? You at Menards?
What Menards you work at?
What Menards you work at, Jamie?
The
I
Burger
know you're a big Menards guy. Oh, Monday is Halloween. Oh shit, that's even worse. I hope they let us go at least Sunday, but I don't know if they're, we live in a what, Dutch community, and if you ain't Dutch, you ain't much here. So I'm hoping that they kind of spring for Saturday and maybe Sunday or Sunday at worst, that way they don't have it on a school day where kids got to rush home, get their costumes on, go trick-or-treating for 2 hours. And we never did that when we were kids. We always banged on doors till 10, 11 o'clock. If your porch light was on, we banged on your door at midnight. We didn't care. We're getting our damn candy.
That's
You
what I
want
do.
kids knocking at your door at midnight?
I wouldn't care. I'd be up watching monster movies.
At midnight?
Probably. If I could stay up that long, I'm so damn old. I fall asleep at 9:30 in my freaking chair.
You're like 49.
Ray says, I think this year I might do Sunday and Monday at haunt. I'm toying with it. Ray, you should put your stuff up a week beforehand, man. I've already got people slowing down. Oh, I put Tombstones up like, I don't know, a week ago or so. I got maybe 10 or 11 up or something like that. I put Mortimer, my gravedigger, in the graveyard today. Put my gargoyles out there. Put some more stuff. The new Tombstones are out there. I finished my video today, so people are already slowing down since I'm adding stuff to the yard. Edson says, did the girls wear the earrings in public? When we went
Thank you.
we went to the bazaar, like 2 weekends ago. I didn't do a video because I was surprisingly there wasn't that much to show, man. I thought they had a lot of like vendors bring the same stuff, or it was like bath and bombs and candles and potpourri and scents and shit. It's not really a big haunt kind of show, but there's some cool stuff there. What did I buy? Oh, I bought the Bride of Frankenstein. I showed that on Cobwebs. That was from Sean Dooley at Grue Gallery. He's also on Instagram under Grue Gallery, Grue Gallery. The Grue Gallery is what he is. I bought another piece of his, I think 2 years ago, or last year when I vended there, I bought another piece, a little Cthulhu head. The guy's a resident artist. He draws and stuff. He's a sculptor. I really like his kind of style, he likes a lot of the same shit I do, so. But the Grue Gallery, look him up. I'll post them on Cobwebs to show you guys like officially. Okay, get out of there, Savage, so people can see, man.
I'll have to send him a picture of Will with her earrings on.
Yeah, because Mama got the guillotines and Savage took the Oogie Boogies.
Well, I wanted the knifey thingies.
Dave, so if I send you postage money, send Haley a long distance trick or treat bag. She wants to come trick or treat and doesn't understand. Like, not just done with that poor girl, Dave. I'll box up we got to make a bag for Haley.
Right, what does Haley want?
And most because I can imagine like Florida with all the decimation you guys had. I'm sure trick or treat's out the freaking window, man. You guys got flooding. Some people still don't have power, so that kind of really sucks for Florida this year, you know, pretty much statewide. I just can't imagine, like, Courtney Lane Clapper, her house got slapped pretty bad, and she has that owl that hangs out. Kind of like that owl, it's freaking awesome, he keeps showing up at the house. And even after the hurricane was over, she spotted him out in the yard by the tree, and I thought, oh, that's cool, he came back. Like, where the hell did he hide after a whole freaking hurricane and didn't die? And he came back, so I'm really pulling for Florida this year, and hope you guys can have some kind of, you know, celebration. But if not, man, next year you guys should go epic freaking big, man. We will most definitely, Dave. We'll most definitely send Haley a bag, man. That's done, brother. Done.
I'm making her one right now. She got tons of toys.
Okay, hold on. Give her candies too.
How much candy do you want?
That's says, yeah, one of my old black hearts. They really like them.
Pink.
My wife stole most of the manga, so.
Does she like cherry or
That's
raspberry?
She likes them both. It's sugar. Every kid loves every color of sugar.
Kit
Blue
Kat
sugar, red
Reese's.
sugar, green sugar. What?
Kit Kat or Reese's.
Yeah, but if it gets melted, that should be fine because she don't like
Yeah,
melted candy. If it melts and she opens up, she'll cry. So it's gonna have to go. Dave will have to put it in the fridge before you give it to Haley. Remember,
Probably
she had that fit about them
Kit
Tim
Kat.
Tams. They were all melted, and she wasn't having that
That's
shit.
most likely to melt.
That's cool. As you need to just like slow your roll for a while, you know.
What does she like for chips?
Worry about like MHC and
T-balls?
stuff like year after next. Just calm
Did
down,
you give her one
man.
of each of these?
You didn't want your heart cracking out on them.
I got a message for Haley. You got a ton of toys and a ton of sugar.
Yeah, it was
Sugar.
horrible, man. Just all the devastation. The pictures Dave was showing us, like where like the road was, and then like the yards and the driveways, and the water's all the way up to the driveways. There's like no more ditch. The water's under road. The road's under the water. Just crazy, man. Trees down, debris everywhere. It literally looks like just, you know, like a city in a blender. Horrible, man. Is that everything?
Yeah, there you go, Haley. You got extra.
Okay, we'll bag it up. Put a small box over by the door, and we'll send it to her. So I think I got a smaller box for. I might have put it outside already. If not, I think I got smaller boxes in the garage. I can box it up. Yeah, and then Transworld's early this year, man, like February 3rd or something like that. Oh god, that's gonna be icy cold. It's like, no, not for me this year, man.
Or just put them down by the floor.
Oh, Haley's already got an ear-to-ear grin.
Really?
Yep. She
That's
must
gonna
be
be a
watching today
while.
because she's home with Dad tonight.
Maybe how are their deliveries there? Are they getting any deliveries there?
Is your mail running yet, Dave? Can like actually mail carriers get around down there with all like the piles of junk by the curb and everything that got ruined and stuff? It may take a minute, but actually, yeah, he said, believe it or not, yeah. So
Really?
I'm sure it's probably backed up. So they want people to get out. I'm sure they want the couriers to get out what they can. And if they can't reach somebody's house or it's abandoned or empty, they probably just hold their mail back for them. Brother Vic's got $1 million. He made $1 million at MHC. He's been buying rental properties and buying buildings with it and the monster garage. Yeah. Mega bucks. So for Halloween, Vic's going to send everybody a check for $1 million.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
I'm first in line.
What?
That just says notifications are on. You know, I turn my game notifications all the way freaking down, man, and it still goddamn dings.
I probably did a lot of dings because I shared it to as many groups as I could.
Okay, Jamie says, Keith, it got 20 degrees in Winona. Is Winona in Wisconsin? Hey, Vic, how much great stuff do you think you could buy with $1 million? I think it's the purple can. It's great stuff. Like 347,000 cans? Oh. It did it again. Damn phone. Where's the wind-up list? Let me see some of the wind-ups.
Why not?
Yeah. I think they're in the... You're putting those in the bags too, right?
Yep. We're starting with the old ones first. I put some other emoji bags.
Yeah, I always thought these were cool as a kid, man. These little wind-ups, little monster wind-ups, where you twist a little knob and they bounce around and move around.
Put that here right now.
A little vampire. Little skull. This guy looks like he's glow in the dark. Little skull. Oh, Ezekiel, keep your money, brother. You ain't gotta do that, man. Save it for yourself when you finally get out to trans, well, then you can blow a wad.
Who likes candy? Am I right?
Little mummy. So they had a pretty cool mix. A little nubby zombie hand, and it kind of moved. I think there's a skull that when you twist the thing and you put them down, there's little wheels under it. The skull shoots across. So there's some actually pretty cool stuff in there.
There's a Frankenstein one. I think I put the
She a Frankenstein? That's cool, because I'm sure with her and Dave, man, peas in a pile of Frankenstein.
What universal monster does Haley like?
What is this one? That's like a pirate skull.
Oh, the hand's cool.
Yeah, I kept one of the hands for myself. Look at the zombie hand, man. You wind it up,
Oh, there's teeth. Oh.
and then he goes. There's little wheels under them. Crap. But the zombie hand's actually, it's like one of the biggest ones in the box, man.
Eyeball.
Little skull. When I saw these, I think I got like 4 sets or 5 sets or something. Out, you get like.
What's Haley's favorite universal monster?
Don't ruin it
Is
for
it
her.
the same skulls?
No, this is a different one. So here's the other one that comes on wheels. He's got little wheels on the backside, and you crank him up, wind him up, and then he shoots across the floor or whatever. So I thought he was pretty cool too. So there's actually some pretty cool ones in there amongst the cartoony ones, but it's all, luck of the draw for the kids. So
I put them right here. The different ones.
we got a little blue Frankenstein. That's pretty cool. What is this one? Oh, that's more of like a red coat vampire. They got all kinds of cool stuff.
Moving too fast.
No, I told myself with the Sour
Oh,
Patch Kid
yeah,
bag.
these are cool, like little Joker teeth, like little Joker mouths.
With Sour Patch Kid
Where you
bag.
wind them up and the little teeth go. I always think these are freaking cool, man. You got little Google eyes on
Sour
top.
Patch Kid bag.
You cool to make like a life-size prop out of that and make it, like really scary though into it. Wait, here's the eyeball. He's most definitely glow in the dark. Big blue eyeball, little feet. There were some cool ones in there, man. I started clicking, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. All kinds of cool stuff, man. Only 13 cans for $1 million, Nick? Jesus Christ, man.
How much? 13 cans, so he
13
said.
cans. Oh, Jimmy's in Minnesota.
He's in Minnesota?
Yeah, Minnesota. Land of 1,000 lakes.
They have a
So is that-
Menards in Minnesota?
Yeah, I think there's not a lot of Menards down
I
south
thought they
like
were
Dave don't have
only in
one.
Indiana.
No, it's mostly a northern thing. Mostly a northern thing.
Wisconsin, too.
So I think Michael has one in Georgia. I think he went to. But then, there's no Menards in Florida because I'd asked Dave before. Jimmy's in Minnesota. Winona, Minnesota. Exile Loco Keo says, "You gonna catch Halloween ends this week?" No. I really haven't been into the Halloween movies for a long time. I love the first one, the original 1978 John Carpenter. I love the third one, Season of the Witch. The fourth one's okay, but it just gets old, man. I did like H2O. 20 years after, so that's when did I see that? In 98. Love that with Jamie Lee Curtis. I'll probably see them eventually, but I'll wait till they come on TV or something like that. I'm not in a big hurry to go to the theater and see it. I used to like the original. Like I like to watch Halloween on Halloween if I can. But the first one, by and far, man. And in part 3, there's a lot of people around the fence about 3 because there was no Michael Myers. So people either hate 3 or love 3. I love 3. I thought it was cool that they kind of stepped away, but it was still like a Halloween themed movie. So 3 was freaking awesome. Would you do that again? You're freaking insane, man.
What do you do
Hold
now?
your cat. You're Aussie bucks. Throw that shit away for Trans World.
He needs to not go to Trans World and come to,
Here.
Oh, he wants to come here and go
Let me
shopping.
come in and see.
Vintage Colors says, what are you guys doing? So Vintage Colors, the last couple of years when COVID hit,
Right.
I was afraid that, moms and dads wouldn't let the kids trick or treat because, candy, they don't want to take anything from somebody's house. Which is understandable for some parents because it was a big, it was just all the crap they put on the news just scaring the hell out of people. So, I do a little bit of sculpting and I thought, well, maybe I'll make some magnets for the kids, So I make monster magnets and I pour them up in resin. I make the molds. I'll sculpt them in super sculpty clay. I'll make a silicone mold and I'll pour them in resin like in glow-in-the-dark colors. So I make a bunch of them. I put them on a black light board and let the kids come up. And I figured, well, if mom and dad wouldn't let the kids have candy, they can at least take a magnet home because you can sterilize a magnet or whatever. And so we started kind of doing like bigger treat. We've always done treat bags here because we have such a small subdivision we're in. So the last couple of years, though, we've done like huge treat bags to make up for all the COVID BS and for the kids getting, mom and dad don't want to let them out of the house or for getting gypped for being in a small subdivision. For some of the kids that only go around our block who don't travel to go to bigger places and load up like with a whole bed sheet full of candy, we just try and pay the kids handsome, like, can of pop and a big treat bag and a monster magnet. And then like next year they can come back and pick another magnet. So I'll show you guys like on Halloween night. I'll show my walkthrough on Halloween night where I set up my magnet board and the kids can pick one. And then next year they can come back and get another one and another one. Just keep hoarding them for every year, So every year we kind of just do treat bags. In the last couple of years, I've always kind of like live streamed to show you guys what all stuff we give away. Because people are like, oh, what do you give away for Halloween? You give like little pal bubble gums or something? Like, no, we don't do that shit. It's all full-size candy bars. So little like Sam's Club load up, get Kit Kats and Reese's. What else we got?
Fun dip.
Yeah, little fun dips. I think there's like Sour Patch Kids, a bag of chips. Because it doesn't always have to be about all the sugar, so we try and put something in there, like maybe some salt to go with the sugar. And then toys, and then every kid gets to pick a magnet off the board. Sort of like our tradition that we do here for the last bunch of years. No Menards on the left coast either. It must be like a northwestern thing for Menards. I love Menards, but I'm in there all the time. And with their rebates, Jamie can tell you this, like if you go in there, you get like 11% on stuff. So if you spend like $100 in the store, they give you pick you up a rebate for $11 at the counter. You send it in, and then they send it back to you. So however much you spent, you get 11% back. Next time you go in, you can put that towards your next purchase. I love that rewards program. That's how I get most of my spray paints. And like if I go in there and spend $200 on latex foam, or not latex foam, a latex paint and spray paint, spray bombs. I already showed the eyeballs.
Oh.
I try and use that money to put back into all my materials for all the stuff I make. Nope, it's Eastern. Okay, so Menards are on our side. What's up, Smoke Mist? Says, I know not the safest thing, but watching your live video on my tablet as I have a 2-hour commute. Oh, man. I would just put the tablet on a seat and just listen. Smoke Mist, I don't want you freaking running into oncoming traffic. Haunted Channel. What's good, man? How you doing? We're doing good, Haunted Channel, man. I'm trying to put up my display, and like I said, I got a bunch of videos I want to get out before Halloween, so I want to show you guys how I make eyeballs. I know there's a bunch of eyeball videos out there, so for anybody who's like starting with resin casting, it'll be super easy. Or if you're not, it'll get you into resin casting. Because once you guys start making like your own stuff out of resin, holy crap, and it's like an addiction. Because then you're like,
This one?
you lose a lot of limits, So before you know it, you'll be making 50 molds. I got molds all over the damn place. Yeah, I would just keep the sound low like Kat says, Smoke Mist. That way you can just sort of listen while we're cruising. So I'll probably be on for a good 2 hours or so, I'm sure. But do you have Zagna? No, I have not even seen a Zagna in the longest damn time. When I was a kid, I used to like those. Were they marathon bars? They were like a foot long. They were a piece of chain that was made out of caramel, and it was dipped in chocolate. So if the caramel was not soft, when you cracked it, it would break the caramel and the chocolate would break away. But it was like a real long, thin candy bar, like maybe 10 inches, foot long. I can't remember what the hell the name of them were.
Rolio?
No, not Rolos. But they were, was it $1,000? No, the $1,000 grand bar, 100 grand bar is like Rice Krispies and chocolate.
I think we had those, but we all put them in bags. Yeah, we
Ezekiel
did.
says, love this idea. You and April are very generous. We try to be as. It's once a year, man. And with COVID, you know, they canceled the 1 year. They were like, that's it. You know, Halloween's over. It's like, not on this street, not in this house. So, you know, when I was growing up,
This is only 50 bags. We need a third box.
Look at that
50
one.
bags?
That's cool.
when I was growing up, I still remember to this day those houses on certain blocks, like that you would look at all year long. And you went to walk to school and be like, man, I know come Halloween time, I'm going back to that house or that house because they went big. They had decorations and they give out full-size candy bars. Because like when I was a kid, man, getting a full-size candy bar, oh hell, man, people didn't spring for that stuff. They were hard to get because there was no Sam's Clubs. And
it is it 50?
and if you got like a whole can of pop or something like that, people forked out, you know, serious cash for that stuff. So with so many trick-or-treaters in the neighborhood, a lot of people didn't give away big Halloween stuff. So for here, us being a small subdivision, nah, we're gonna lay down the kids, man.
Can I make
We're
Haley
gonna
a
let 'em have
second
it.
bag? Can I make Haley a second bag?
I think one's enough. I'll put some extra stuff in there for her. Make some extra one just in case.
I think
Please
I'm
go
gonna
over
order
50.
some more candy.
As long as we have like a little bulb by a side, if we run out of bags, if we get more than 50 trick-or-treaters, I'll just do handfuls like I was doing. Like if we're out of bags, handful. And my hands are big, I don't have little hands, so big handful.
So another one for Haley?
No, just one. I'll put other stuff in her bag. I do not have a room cam. I always kind of hated that, you know, like the different angles and the room cam and the picture-in-picture. I always liked just the one-man, one-camera style. The other shit was just too confusing, and the picture-in-picture and the text and all that shit. It was just obnoxious. It was just, it's hard to, I don't know if I'm ADD or I'm, you know, attracted by shiny things. It's like, I really like just the one-man, one-camera sort of live streams. It's simple. You look at one screen. You're not wondering what the hell's going on in the background over here. What the hell's in the corner over there? So it's simpler for me, Edson. Even if I actually knew technology like that, I probably wouldn't use it.
Well, I guess this is the last bag.
Do it up big. Make it the big bomb bag. Vintage Color says, I love your videos. You're just hilarious. Can't wait to see your video for Halloween night. Yeah, I'll most definitely do my walk. I don't know if I'm going to do a house walkthrough this year. I do it every year. This year, I've just been so busy with work. And I don't even have my display up. I got to get the garage ready for the kids to come in. On a Monday. Hopefully it's a Saturday or a Sunday, I hope. Yeah, always try and crank out some, you know, extra videos and stuff that kind of everybody could use. So we can all kind of like level up our game and try and get ahead. And I like to show as many different materials as I can use too. I like to just stick to grape stuff, foam. I like to use more than just one thing. So I'm always trying something new. And if I, you know, screw up, or same with, you know, Vic and Dave, if we're using something, we jack something up, or we screw it up, we'll show you guys, hey, don't do it this way, because this is what happened. We done tore up, you know, 20 bucks of materials, 40 bucks of materials, whatever, you know.
Extra for,
So this is, I'm just gonna put everything in here.
Oh.
Bomb bag.
Caitlin says, hello, Savage.
Hi, whoever sent that.
Haley.
Hi, Haley.
She's watching the Dave. I hate Charleston chews, Edson. They're so freaking sticky. It's like jujubes or dots. When you eat them and then you close your mouth, you can't open your mouth again. They're like stuck. Like you almost got to pry your freaking mouth apart. I hate Charleston chews. But surprisingly, those little black and orange peanut butter kisses, I love those, man. Everybody hacks on them, but I used to get those as a kid. I was always excited. I always thought those were great. I love the little black and orange peanut butter. I think they're peanut butter kisses is what they are, I think. One man, not one jar. One man, one bag.
I'm gonna give 2 mazes to Haley.
hey.
Vintage Color says, Abba Zabba. I don't know what that is.
This is Haley's bag.
So I can clean up this mess.
It's Haley's.
Clean up after.
That's true, Kat. That's very true. Because me and technology, we don't mix. I'll bring the hammer if I have to. Smoke Miss, he says, Mostly just listening to your live back when I was at Ride. Happy Halloween. Back at you, brother. Just be safe out there, man. I see, like, you know, I go to my night job. I see people, like, as soon as I get to the light, their heads are down. So they're already, like, you know, on their phone. It's like, man, you can't get through a goddamn red light and you're on your phone. There's so many freaking people on the road with hands and phone. You know, just have a passenger check your phone. Like, if I get waiting on a phone call or a text or something like that, I'll just have April check it and say, hey, is that, you know, whatever, so I don't have to even touch the phone while I'm driving. Once I get out of the car or I get stopped, then I'll look, but the kids especially, man, you know, yeah, we're all bad with phones in our hand, but damn, man, I'm not going to die over a damn text or a phone call or a meme or something.
I'm gonna write you a text, Haley. Gold.
What's up, Mimi? Happy Halloween to you, Mimi. I haven't seen you in a minute. You've been busy. Are you working the haunt, Mimi? So I think everybody's open in like the last... Everybody's been open for like the last 2 weeks or so, 2 weekends or so. You know, Jamie, I'm definitely going to do Little Man this year. He's going to be a Ghostbuster. If I had a better internet reach to the shop, I don't know, maybe if I do a video on, I just hate doing the same video over and over again. Like, I don't want to make 6 videos about eyeballs or 6 videos about burnt the steak, or I just don't want to bore you guys like just rehashing the same old shit over and over again. I see the channels that do that and they beat a dead horse. So I don't know. I like Little Man. If I build him a little brother, maybe for next year, I'll probably do that. But I don't know. Maybe if I get a nice day where it's nice enough and I think my router will reach the other side of the shop, then I would do that, because I can cut that all and do all that stuff live, throw them on the table and dress up. So I'll try. If I can do it live, I'll try. If not, I'll at least show you guys on Halloween night what he looks like for sure.
Another thing of bags, too.
Abba Zaba was a candy bar. I've never heard of that. You remember Abba Zaba bar? No?
Where's that?
Abba Zaba was a candy bar. Vintage Colors is saying that. I never heard of that.
Whatchamacallits?
I remember whatchamacallits. They were like rice
You
bars.
barely even find those.
They were rice bars.
I tried finding those.
With like covered in chocolate or something like that. They had a
100
tan
grand.
wrapper, if I remember right.
100 grand.
100 grand is sort of like a Star Crunch from Little Debbie's.
Crunch.
A Star Crunch.
I'm talking about like the crunch bar.
To the roof with the Alice. Oh, I love the Honeymooners, man. I wish they were still on freaking TV, man. I used to fall asleep watching that when I was like 9 or 10 years old. We'll see. Abba Zaba had a yellow and black checker pattern. I never heard of that. That's a new one on me. Cat says, my rule with my kids is if I found out they were on their phones while driving, I would take them off my insurance. Hell yeah, because insurance is expensive as hell. Vic's going to build some bucket buddies. He wants to build them so when he gets his Pearl Haunt, he's going to line the walls, and you'll see him from the street when you pull up. You're going to make 10 foot, I think Vic said he's going to make 10 foot tall bucket buddies, so it's like 6 buckets stacked up inside each other. And then he'll just fill them with grape stuff foam, the purple stuff. Looked them up on Amazon. I just checked. Amazon has them. I'll be damned. Amazon has them. I didn't even know what a Toblerone bar was until watching the Big Bang Theory with Sheldon. I didn't even think that was a thing. Like, I never seen it, and then I was at Joann's Fabrics one day, and they had them at the counter. I'm like, I'll be damned, what the hell is a sewing store got freaking candy at the counter for? They got Toblerone bars, and they're like $4, but they're like a foot long or something. Jamie says, hey, Savage.
Hi, Jamie.
Edson says, if you get a used Wi-Fi router, use it as an extender. I had the same problem getting in the back of my shop. I've got
two of them.
I've got an actual, god damn it, we're James from Hunters Anonymous, mesh network extender, something where it plugs in. It don't pick up the damn signal and throw it far enough. It's like it won't get to that to push it or whatever. I'd like to get actual just like a hard wire in the garage I could just plug my phone into, or I don't know, something that you plug in. My buddy said you can plug something in, your router will find it, and you can plug your internet will go right there. I gotta look into it, man, so I can actually have some decent time outside. Because like with Alan being gone all the time, well, I work at night, so you know it's my shop during the day, and then at nights we do April's job. So it's kind of hard for me to do at night. If I did I'd like to start doing more nights to kind of help out since Alan's gone. He's away, doing dark hour and doing things that turn around and do trans world. So there's nobody on at night. So when we're busy, well, everybody's busy now. Everybody's putting up their display and all that stuff. But I'd like to step in and throw up some stuff at night. Even if it's a small project or something like that, do some night stuff for you guys, just to give us something to do during the weekdays. But I'm gone literally I'm gone 5 days a week. I'm home early Tuesdays, maybe a little. It just go, man. That's how I get all the shopping videos done. Because at the night job, I'm literally like a mile from all the stores. So on the way in, I can just pick a place, slam out a video, go to the job, upload it while I'm working, and then type in all the crap for it, and then put it out there and dump it on YouTube for everybody to see. Abba Zabba was way before our time. Oh, Ray knows. He says Abba Zabba is made by Animal Candy Company in the city that I live in. Wow, man. Like, they're right there, Ray? I'll be damned. Very excited to try one of us going there, buying and installing it. I think there's a plug-in version, Kat. My buddy said there's a plug-in. It finds your router, and then it's your extender or something like that. I would need it out because every time I go out in the shop, and if I don't have all the doors open and the AC off, it gets choppy because my router is on the opposite side of the house than my shop. So it kind of sucks. I'd like to put the thing in, Edson says, wow, how big is your house? Mine's 2,500. You got 2,500 square feet? Edson, Jesus Christ, man. I think ours is like 1,450 or something like that. We're just like a single floor ranch on a crawl. Oh, now Chico sticks, man. When I grew up in the Indiana Harbor on the sunny side, I loved me some Chico sticks. Back in the day, they were 10 cents a piece. So I would go dig into the trash and try and find pop bottles or cans to take back. There was this one dude who would take cans. If you brought in 20 cans, he gave you a quarter. So I knew if I could scrape up 20 cans, go dig into the park garbage cans and flicking the bees out of them and stuff, and not get stung, I'd get 2 Chico sticks and have a nickel left. So I love Chico sticks. I think basically that's what's in the inside of a Butterfinger is a Chico stick, right?
Kinda.
I think so. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I love Chico sticks. Now I seen a box of them not too long ago, a couple of years ago. Where the hell were we at? We're at Sam's Club. They have a box of Chico sticks. Somebody had a whole box of them, and I thought, man, I could eat that box all the way to the damn bottom, man. What's up, Leanne? I think ours is a Cat 5, Edson. I think we have Cat 5 cable is what it is. When they came and did the internet voodoo, they put in a Cat 5 line because we actually have fiber optic here. I think we're like one of the only houses on the block that had fiber optic. Because it would take me like 45 minutes to upload a 7-minute YouTube video. So we are actually on fiber.
Yes, we have fiber optic now.
I don't know how many are BPS or GPS or whatever the hell it is.
Like a year and a half, somewhere on there.
Yeah, Edson says he puts his router in the middle of the house away from other electronics. Ours on the other side of the house. I could move. They'd have to move the line somewhere. I thought about putting the router on the other side of the house. That would definitely help. I didn't want to get the hell out of this house. We're ready for something bigger already, because we pretty much outgrown this house. Cat says, if a person in the boondock in the middle of nowhere can be able to do live streams, you can get service in your garage. Somehow, some way. Some of these different services that are coming out, like Xfinity or something like that, they'll put little ports all over your house or something for you. I don't know. We don't even have DirecTV anymore. I just watch whatever's on the streaming. We didn't buy any channels either, so there's always something for free on the damn Roku TV.
Netflix.
Jamie Reska says, Cowboys Candlestick, what do you do for your job? Just wondering. Jamie, I actually have a video. I restore cars for a living. So I do classic cars. I do paint, fab, metalwork, tear it apart, blow it apart, buff it, put it back together, give it back to the customer. I do not do engines. I do not do interior. I'll rip them out, put them in, take them out, but I won't pull apart a seat. I will not pull apart a motor. But I do classic cars, restorations. I have my own little shop. Edson says, yeah, what Cat said. It has your G. It ain't our candy, it has it's all for the kiddos, man. I'm going to send them home with a freaking raging sugar buzz. Yes! Savage, bring all the pumpkins.
Okay.
I actually got a delivery today. I forgot about it, didn't know it was coming. Check it out. So I've been waiting on these for a little bit, and April came out to the garage earlier, and she's like, "Oh, you got a box here?" Like a box? Like I don't remember, ordering a box or getting something. But I think you guys are gonna trip out when you see these, man. It's like nobody else has these. Just put them on the table. No, not over the cord because you're gonna knock the camera on this side. All right, put them down.
I'll just get that later.
Everybody knows Blake's the Pumpkin King, right? Check it out. White pumpkins, man. How freaking cool are those? You guys stay tuned for Trans World. I don't know, maybe he'll be bringing some to Trans World. Oh, he needs a Cyclops. That kind of looks like a Cyclops pumpkin. That's cool. Blake, make a Cyclops.
How much did you pay for all these?
I only bought 3. He threw in all the other ones. But, man, white pumpkins, that's something you guys ain't seen from Blake yet, so who knows? Maybe Trans World, or if you guys want a custom color pumpkin, hit him up and email him at Toxic Effects. You can find him on Facebook. He's on Instagram. He ain't hard to find, man. But look at these little guys. I've been seeing these for, a couple of years now, man. And they go so fast, man. And I thought, well, I got to get me some pumpkins. So look at these bad boys. This is great faces, man. They're like so cool vintage. And he's doing them in white. I asked for a white one, and pow, I got 5 white ones. It's like, look how freaking cool, man. Of course, can't really put them outside, so probably on Halloween night, I'll put them on the porch, or I'll put them on outside the garage, something like that. Maybe I'll put a puck light on them for the kids to see. Because I want to do, in the area where the kids come into the garage, I think I'm going to do a whole pumpkin patch behind me. All the Lowe's pumpkins, they have the cool flame effect. Maybe I'll mix some of these guys in there and do a whole pumpkin patch in the back behind the table. But I love the whites, man. So you guys just, man, you got to have some of your own Toxic Effects, man. Hit up Blake. You guys want custom colors? Just ask. Don't hurt to ask. You never know. He aims to please, man. So the pumpkins were just freaking cool, man. But, yeah, Blake hooked me up, man. Stickers and shirts and everything like that. Just a super freaking awesome guy. Sweetheart of a guy. Go get you some Toxic Effects. Like I said, look him up on Instagram. Look him up on Facebook. Oh, God, I'm a wussy.
Yeah.
My hands are sore from plugging in goddamn lights all day. All right, give me a screwdriver.
Me?
You need a screwdriver?
I need a screwdriver?
Yeah, I don't know my things on the wall in the garage for opening beer bottles.
Oh, I have several in here. I think you had this problem last time.
My hands don't work. They're gimpy.
But my hands will work.
No?
Yeah, like a cat, man. Trans World so freaking early this year. Oh, God, man. Like, 6 weeks, you feel bad for, like, Alan and everybody who's going to be, as soon as, like, haunt season's over, like on the 31st, maybe if they do a November show, like the first week of November, right after that, everybody's got to go into thrash mode. Because they're going to have, like, maybe 2-3 months at the most to get their ass ready for Trans World and then get out there. Travel included.
It smells like fruit, but disgusting at the same time.
It's zombie dust. It is supposed to be fruity.
I want to try.
Look at that poor
One for you.
cat. Isn't he cute little black cat?
Yeah. Whoa.
Ooh, party foul. Almost smelled the beer.
What?
Party foul kind of thumbed up on me.
I got my own drink and it's iced coffee.
Cat 6 is faster, but 5 is okay. I know they just put in a 5. Cat 5. Shut up, you damn phone. Cowboy's going to move to Colorado. Only if I can work for Ed. If Ed will hire me, I'll go.
Excuse me for a second, please.
Yep.
Reset your router once a week? That's a thing? Resetting your router? Usually the damn thing just shuts off by itself and stops working like every couple of weeks. It seems like you can't get no internet, your phone will be dead for a while, and all of a sudden, ding, you get like 20 notifications like, oh shit, what the hell's going on? It was off and I didn't know it.
Domino. He's fat.
Stop it. You're so mean.
I'm gonna make this one Domino.
That's true, Kat. I try and use, I hate when people get in the habit of using the same stuff over and over and over again. So, like, if you're using Great Stuff
He
foam
has a puffy tail like Domino.
or Grape Stuff, Loctite foam is way superior. It's okay to branch out into new materials and make new things or use other things in an unconventional way. me being in the automotive industry, I put in bed liners and chemicals and fillers and paints and everything that under the sun that'll give you cancer. So I've always tried to apply it to like Halloween stuff. Like when I was making props like 20 years ago, like, oh, fiberglass and stuff. And man, if this is gonna sit outside, well, I'll just fiberglass it. Hell, I got fiberglass and everything I need to paint it up or coat it in fiberglass. So most of my stuff, like I always try and bounce back to automotive technology. But I love seeing when somebody else finds something, they take something, and like, oh man, you could use this for this. I love seeing that stuff because then like for everybody, especially if it's stuff you can get off the shelf somewhere like fiberglass, you can go to any auto parts store, O'Reilly's, AutoZone, Napa, whatever. You can buy a gallon of fiberglass. It's expensive now. It's like $60, $70. It used to be like $30 up until like a year ago.
You are just gorgeous.
But I always try and push the envelope and make stuff better. I don't want to sit in the same spot forever. Making stuff out of great stuff for the rest of my life, or just using cardboard, or just using whatever. I want to just get my hands at everything. I want to play with everything. I want to mess with it. I want to push it to its limits and see what I can do with it and how much damage it'll take. Because I do a yard haunt, so I don't think like indoor props. Like, oh, I'm going to make some tombstones. I'm going to paint them with some craft paint. That ain't me, man. I'm always thinking, okay, they're going to be rained on for 30 days. They're going to be frost. They're going to get hail. It's going to be frozen at night. Is that paint going to crack? So I always try and think like worst case scenario and build for the freaking apocalypse. That's just the way I've always done things. This way you only build them once. And granted, not everything lasts forever, but it lasts a good long time. So if I can like find something that I know people can use that's easy, like fiberglass resin, hey, a couple of drops of hardener and you're on your way. I always try and push the envelope so that everybody can make better stuff, man. So you don't have to spend all your money going to the store, All these shopping videos I've done, I've talked to Vic and Dave about this and a couple other people. It's like, I'm almost to the point where I want to stop buying. I think this is probably the year I bought the least. And not because the stores didn't have stuff, but because, like, if you guys watch Steve at Grimwood Hollow, all of his stuff is handmade. He's made the molds for or built himself. Everything's beautiful, man. It's one-off. It's unique. It's freaking epic, man. And it's like, I want to be that dude, man. I want to be the guy where you walk in his yard and be like, where in the fuck did that come from? Like, I made it, man. It's like, you can't go to Home Depot and get that shit. It's going to come to a point where everybody's got 47 12-foot skeletons. They got 400 Home Depot pumpkins. Where are you going to put all that shit, man? What are you going to do with it when it breaks or gets old or there's no room for it? And then next year they're putting out a 12-foot this and 12-foot that, so you got to go get that. So it's like before you know it, you got 15 12-footers in your garage. Where the hell do you store all that shit at, man? And again, even if you have it, it's off-the-shelf stuff. I want some stuff that's unique that nobody's seen, that I can put my mind into, whatever. What is that?
It's Domino's. So that's our cat. I'm going to show you what he looks like.
He's a hot mess. But yeah, I get to the point where it's like I want to just make my own stuff, man. Like when you go to Transworld and you see handmade stuff, or stuff that like they don't make a ton of, or they didn't come out of a Chinese mold somewhere and they pumped out 60, 80,000 of them. That's my thing, and I want to start pushing away from that. Let's see. The pumpkins are great, Kim, and if you email Blake, he might ship to overseas. You put a big enough order, and he could probably take care of you and ship overseas. Because your guys' harbor is open now. I was finally able to get Ezekiel stuff sent out. Yeah, at Transworld, man. These little guys, 30 minutes, they're gone. Blake sells out. So they are gone. They go fast. So if you can get them now before Transworld,
This looks like
that's your time.
Small.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Moss or Black Mold would be totally cool, man. I want to do some pumpkins one day. I want to do zombie pumpkins since, Blake, hands down, Blake's the pumpkin king. But I like to do my version of pumpkins, but do them where they can be on a porch. I don't want to do them in latex and foam. Because I want people to have them for, where they can stick them outside or on a, get rained on or stepped on or ninjas attack them or whatever, little kids. Man, if Ed would hire me, I'd think about that. So I like to just chill out with Mondo, man. He's awesome. See, Dave is saying, do they still sell those dire wolves like you have, Keith? The guy who makes them, Dave, is on eBay. I can't think of his name. And I think I have a link under my dire wolf video. He's also on Etsy. His name is Lee. He's actually a taxidermist. His store on Etsy is called Carne Effects, which is Carne, almost like Carney, but it's like Kim Carnes, but with a C instead of a K. CARNEFX, all one word. Carne Effects. So almost like Carnival Effects. Carne Effects. If he doesn't have one on their list, because he makes a couple a year, and then he does a full body one too. That's pretty badass. He'll make it for you if you contact him through Etsy. He can make you whatever you want. He did a saber-tooth tiger that was okay, kind of cool. But when I saw that wolf, it disappeared for a couple of years on Etsy, and then when I saw, or it was on eBay, and then it was gone for like 5 years, and then it popped up. Wham! I jumped on it, man. I was looking for that thing for freaking years, and I couldn't remember what the hell it was where I had saw it at. So that's how I got it. And I've had Wolfie for like 4 years now, or 5 years, or something like that. That's the best prop I own, man. It's built on a black bear form. I think I've got a video. I got a video on my channel somewhere early back when I talked about my dire wolf. So you guys are curious about the dire wolf, you just go look it up. It's on my channel on the really earlier videos. But yeah, he still does make them, Dave. Leanne says, I grew up with classic cars. I grew up looking at them, Leanne. I used to do a lot of models when I was a kid. I've got a 79 Trans Am myself that's up on a rotisserie for like 10 years now. I haven't even finished the damn thing yet. But that's what I do, man. I'm not really meant to do anything else other than like maybe Halloween or something. They could do with metal and wood. And great stuff foam. That's what all three of us are welders, but Dave doesn't have the equipment. If you go watch Dave's big welding project video, you're gonna laugh your freaking ass off, man. Go click on Dave's Weird Kid Show channel, subscribe, and ring the ding bell, and look up some of his videos, man. Oh my God, you guys will laugh your ass off, man. The big welding project. That one's freaking awesome. That one's funny as shit, man. Ray says, I need theft proof. Got anything for that? Ray, stay tuned. I sure do. I'm hoping I can get it done by Halloween. The video I want to make is probably, I'm going to do it like in 3 sections. It's probably going to take me a month and a half to freaking do. Our weather's about to turn to shit. But I think I've got everything I need for it to kind of show you guys. Just some simple tricks and tips to kind of turn away thieves. Because like last year, Jordan Windex, he got his Nightmare Before Christmas, it was like a inflatable stolen out of his yard. And it's like, how the hell do you steal an inflatable, man? It's like dragging a parachute down the road or something like that. So I got a bunch of stuff ready to go. I could probably film it over several days, do one each day or so. But yeah, the anti-theft stuff is coming, man. I don't think anybody's ever done a damn video on that on YouTube. But that's one that's at the top of my list, depending on how much time I have before Halloween to get it out. And I think for Christmas, because I usually do like a Christmas ornament every year. What did I do last year? You
did gingerbread men.
No, gingerbread men's were the year before that. I did snowman heads last year with foam. Because this year I'm going to do freaking decrepit gnomes this year for an ornament. I got some ideas. All right, Dave, be safe, man. I'm going to send that box out for Haley next week. It's alive, it's alive. What's up, Lloyd?
Enjoy your box, Haley.
Smoke's up, she's going to bed.
Haley?
Yep. Well, hell, it's 9 o'clock in Florida right now.
No, it's 9:05 in Florida.
Oh, Smoke misses there. All right, Smoke, just be safe, man. Glad you made it there alive. Let's see, Leanne says, question, how many kids do you get at your door? Leanne, I live in a really small subdivision. So I think last year was my best year at like 35 kids or so. 35, maybe 40 tops. I don't think I've ever done over 40. There's been years where I've had maybe 10 or 15. That's when I was doing like the handfuls. But the last couple of years of COVID, we just moved up to the bags. So everybody around my subdivision, because there was like maybe like 25 or so. I don't even know how many damn houses were in the subdivision. Maybe 20, 25. All my neighbors here give out full-size candy bars, whole cans of pop, whole packets of hot chocolate, whole bags of microwave popcorn. So all my neighbors, man, they do great. You know, if you walked around like Savage, I only take Savage around our block, or Mom takes her. I pass out candy. When my boy was younger, Tristan, I used to take him up north or east. I used to take him east to a neighborhood, and they had a really big Halloween. So there was a lot of houses packed close together. It was nuts over there. So around my block, you can literally take your bag out and come back with a full bag in probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes if you hit all the houses. It's amazing that all my neighbors step up. Not a lot of them do displays, but everybody hands out big candy here because of we're in such a small neighborhood.
This is Bryza. I can't catch her.
Because she's too small.
And she's too fast.
Great rocking chair and a shotgun. Oops, I didn't say that. All them gnomes I punched out shopping. They deserve that shit, Ezekiel, because I hate gnomes. Why the hell are they on the shelf? It's like, when I went into Joann's, there was literally like a 4.5, 5 foot tall gnome sitting up on the counter. And I thought, what the hell is that here for? I mean, what the hell do gnomes have to do with Halloween? Like, why is Easter pushing their crap onto us? It's ridiculous. We don't need Halloween gnomes. 200 trick-or-treaters. What's up, Ninja?
Look at that cat.
That cat looks like it was found dead in the swamp. What is that? Is that green icing? Does that look like that? Looks like a tooth. Oh, is it tombstone?
It's supposed to be a cat outline, but like the background inside the cat.
What's the green shit?
Grass.
Like it's dead on the curb?
No! So it's like a cat outline, and then the inside of the cat is like a background.
Okay. I believe you.
Did you show him these?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now,
No glitter gnomes, Lloyd. I do not do glitter. No glitter.
Or gnomes.
But we're definitely going to take some anger on some damn gnomes for Christmas. That's for damn sure.
Make sure it's cleaned all up.
Oh, we could do gnome moose knuckles. But they'd be really small, though. Cat says, we are down the street from the small park that did an early parade for the little ones. Kids at the neighborhoods, we got 200 to 300 kids. Holy shit, man. I wouldn't know what to do with 200 or 300 kids, man. What I'd like to do eventually is get a popcorn machine and do like bags of popcorn. So when the kids come in, they can have like a hot bag of popcorn and then a treat bag and then pick a magnet. I've also thought about that one girl, that graveyard girl. She's on YouTube. I don't really watch her. I've seen some of her Halloween videos, but she goes pretty big for Halloween because she's like 1 million subs. She spends big time money on the kids. She does like whole buckets, like in her 15,000 square foot house. She makes like actual like sand buckets and stuff, pail buckets for her kids. And she does like a cotton candy machine, popcorn machine. I'd love to be able to do that big if we had more kids. Be able to afford a popcorn machine and a good cotton candy machine, not the ones that plug up and shit that use a little bit. Like a big cotton candy machine. One of these days, those are going to be my upgrades. And then we haven't done can of pops in a while, but we used to have a neighbor across the street that does a full candy bar, and one of our neighbors I know gives out full cans of pop. So if I could like up that with a popcorn machine and a cotton candy machine, a good like industrial one, that's what I want to shoot for and do cotton candy, give that to the kids. So as they come up, like whip it up for them and hand it out to them. Man says, just say no to Jesus, pumpkins, Halloween gnomes. What about the Halloween trees that look like Yule trees? You know, some of the trees are okay. I don't like the ones with the glitter on them, man. I went to at home, and they had a tree. It was a little black twisted tree. It was plastic. You can hang you can hang lights on it. You can hang your ornaments on it. I do a black tree for Christmas, so I put all my Halloween ornaments on the black tree. But it had no glitter on it. And then I saw that exact tree somewhere else covered in glitter. And I thought, God, why would they put glitter on this crap, man? And then now, Horror Ornaments sells a tree. It's the same tree it looks like from At Home, the one that was $50. It's all black plastic. It has kind of a twisty base to it, so you can hang all your ornaments on there. I just saw that on their website the other day. And I was because they had new ornaments, so I was looking at some of their new ornaments. But Horror Ornaments has the same treat and get it at home for $50. The black plastic one. Gnome Knuckles. Cat says, you can't do things like popcorn here. No open bags, caramel candies, cookies, just bag stuff allowed. Yeah, I'm sure, most parents frown upon that. You don't be getting out handfuls of candy corn, come off your nasty-ass hands and stuff like that. No bagged or open candy. I don't know. For popcorn, I don't know. I would make it. We have a small subdivision, so I could try it here. And if the kids didn't want it, you ain't got to take it. If not, I'll just end up eating the shit. I'll just come in the house, watch monster movies, I'll eat all the damn popcorn. Or take it to work with me, take a bag a day. But we've got, I think we did popcorn balls too for the kids. Prepackaged popcorn balls, so the kids got popcorn balls too in the thing. But yeah, I hear what you're saying about that, but I think, like the popcorn, if it's popped, it's inside the machine, I could probably get by with it. I would try it. I would try it anyways, and if the kids didn't want it or wouldn't take it, then hell, at least we got a popcorn machine, we can make our own damn popcorn in it.
What do we do with this?
For barbecues and like family get-togethers and Christmas and stuff like that. Who the hell does caramel apples? If you're handing out caramel apples on Christmas or on Halloween, you are a badass man. To be having like a shit ton of apples and a vat of melted caramel, you are rolling hard if you're giving out caramel apples, man. That'd be awesome.
What about me with braces?
No, you don't get none. None for you. Ezekiel gets 500 a night. This year I'm not doing the usual. Oh, you need to slow down this year, as
That's
for
frosting.
sure, man. Know Your Joe was telling me he gets 400 to 600 trick-or-treaters. I think he said his wife made 200 treat bags, and they were gone in 20 minutes, I think is what he said. 20 minutes or so. And he's in Texas. He said they just got obliterated. They had no clue it was going to be that bad. We do Jack and Crack for Halloween? Or Cracker Jack Lloyd? I do love me some Cracker Jacks. The best part of the Cracker Jacks is when you get the tattoos, you just go, and then you lick them on and you pull it away. It's like a little sailor anchor or whatever, It was always the best part of the Cracker Jacks. See, Nick says, we never had trick-or-treaters in the 7 years I lived here, so I really decorate. This year is the most I've decorated, and it's still a small setup. Man, 7 years, no trick-or-treaters? Wow, man. Are you like an old people's neighborhood, Nick? That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I do last year was my hugest display. We have a small amount of trick-or-treaters, but I just do it anyways, what the hell, so if the kids do come, I want them to remember that this is the house on that block, that put all the stuff out so they come back year after year. Bacon and vodka for adult trick-or-treaters.
Get 5.
I mean, like a pound of bacon's like $10 now, and a couple of years ago, pre-COVID, you get a pound of bacon for like $4 from the butcher. Woo, Vic made it home. I don't know, had a hard day of fishing and great stuffing and sticking his fingers in fish buttholes. 11, Jamie. Cat says, I take that kind of stuff to work, have my coworkers take the treats home for the kids. I love to bake, and my kids aren't near, so my coworkers benefit. That's cool, man. Just bring it to work. That's awesome. Everybody can like pick out at work and chill out before everybody goes home to hand out candy to the kids. That's the one, John. Bunny. Graveyard girl with the blue eyes. Yep. She does like the, I saw her go to like, I don't know, it was like a restaurant supplier or something like that. And she wanted, I think, a snow cone machine and a cotton candy machine. And the guy was like, well, this one's like $800, this one's $1,200, this one's, she's like, I'll take the $1,500 one. And I was like, God damn. I looked her up and she had like 1 million, I don't know, like 4 million subs, 5 million subs. I was like, oh man, she's making killer YouTube money. It's like, no wonder why she got that expensive shit. But it's cool that she bought it, and then she bought, I think, a snow cone maker too, because she's in Texas, I think. Is she in Texas, where it's hot? So she gives out snow cones for Halloween, for trick-or-treating, and cotton candy. So I thought, that's pretty awesome, man. Like, if you're rolling deep and you got YouTube bucks in your pocket, and you're buying a cotton candy machine, that's badass, man. So I don't give her no sweat. I don't give her any shit, for, like the rest of the people like hate on her for, I don't really know why, but I know she's goofy as all hell, but man, she puts out for Halloween. I thought her Halloween stuff was freaking awesome, man. So it's cool that she gets back at least. I like that. Bunny, that's right. I can't remember what her real name is. Kat says, when I lived in Oregon, we blocked off our dead-end street, and each house did something different, bobbing for apples, pumpkin judging, cookie there. That's cool, man. We don't have like really kind of a block party atmosphere here, especially with COVID. If that stuff was going to happen, not no more, man. It's kind of just different times, kind of sucks. COVID screwed up shit for years, man. We're going to be feeling the repercussions of this crap for forever, it seems like. Nick says, pretty much there are a few families around, and in the middle schools a few blocks away. Trunk or treats are big here, so I don't know if anyone even trick or treats. Wow. I've never done a trunk or treat. I'm just so used to decorating, have the kids come to the house. Like when we were growing up in our old neighborhood, you know, me and April, when we were kids, man, we would stay out till like 10 o'clock at night beating on doors, man. We just went house to house. You know, I think it was like our trick or treat started at 5 or 6 or something like that. So, man, we were gone for like 4 or 5 hours wandering everywhere, trying to hit as many houses, every house that we could. I've never really done it any other way, but I'm not opposed to a trunk or treat. I got to get me a hearse, though. If I can just get me a hearse, I would totally be up to a trunk or treat. Kat says, first stop was the killer chili cook-off. Oh, that'd be awesome to have frickin' chili for Halloween. Especially if it was cool like on here. It's usually pretty crappy here for Halloween. Like one year it got so bad it was like sleeting rain and 30-something degrees. So the mall said, hey, come to the mall. We're going to have all the stores give out candy. Wear your costume. You can go trick-or-treating in the mall from store to store. So all the stores inside the mall had like an employee or two stand outside with a big candy bucket or a pedestal of candy on it. And you could go inside the mall and walk around and hit all the stores. And you could get trick-or-treat at the stores. So I thought that was really cool for the one year that we had sleeting rain. But usually it's like 40s, maybe 50s here. It was like, man, maybe, hell, 10, 12 years ago. We had like an 80-degree Halloween. It was freaking awesome, man.
I was a witch that year.
Very few.
For Halloween, I'm going to be Binks from Hocus Pocus.
We never even seen it yet.
The cat.
Lloyd says, I get Cracker Jack from Anthony on the corner. I love Cracker Jacks. Do they still make them into little boxes? Like, I know you can buy like a big box like Fiddle Faddle and all that shit, or you can buy like the foil bag of Cracker Jacks. Do they still make like the 5 boxes like duct taped together in the store? Nick says, I don't get no trick-or-treater either, but the pizza guys fight over who's coming here to the creepy house. So Nick doesn't have to have any candy. He can eat it all himself. Trunk or treat is supposed to keep the kids safer or what? I think so, Leanne. I think it's meant for like, if you live like in a rural area, like we have some trunk or treat like churches out here because some of the houses are far apart if you're not living in a subdivision. So the kids can go there and load up on candy and stuff like that. I think they do things in the parking lot like coloring stations and like the grand prize game and stuff like that. So I'd be down for having a trunk or treat. If you could like decorate up a whole parking lot, make a little walkthrough for the kids, that'd be awesome, man. I'd love to see that. Jamie's saying, I also watch and subscribe to the Psycho Circus Amanda. I watched him last year, Jamie. I like John. He's pretty cool. He's pretty honest about the animatronics, if they suck or not, so I like that. So I try and catch him when I can when he's on. He live streams quite a bit. I dig his channel. I like that he's pretty honest with stuff. See, Hollywood Haunter. Growing up in Anchorage, Alaska, the mall was the place to trick-or-treat. Wow, Alaska. I've got a buddy who lives in Alaska, and I asked him if he was freaking nuts, man. He grew up in Hammond, in Indiana, where I grew up at, and he's in Alaska now. So imagine if I get eaten by bears. That's crazy. I bet you SoCal is a really nice change from Alaska, though. Woo, man. I love those treat buckets, Chris. Those guys, man, they're freaking awesome. I had no idea they were going to be that damn huge, man. And I saw the finished spinning cart on Instagram. That thing's knockout beautiful, man. I love that thing. You even put it on a little cart. That Winchester Mansion, I hope they're paying you like $100,000 for doing that shit for that place. Everything you've made is so freaking cool and vintage. Oh, man, I love the big wheel thing. I just absolutely love, man. It reminds me of like an old like 20s or 30s circus, like almost like a gypsy carny cart or something like that. Beautiful stuff, man. We eat all the good stuff too. Man, we always tap into the candy early. It sits around for like a month. We're like, oh man, we need like a bag full of like Twix bars back. We're like, I'm gonna go get one, and then like 9 of them later, like, oh, we gotta stop eating. We gotta save some for the kids. Hey, Dead Mother says hello, Savage.
Hi, Edie.
Lloyd says if it comes in full, he hides by a big rock by the car wash.
Hi, Dead Mother.
Dead Mother's in the house. Yep, rural areas or areas where crime is horrible, which is like pretty much where I grew up at. That's like, if they're still trick or treating in that neighborhood anymore, oh god, man, there's probably kids getting shot. It's sad. Ezekiel, your barf of soap is waiting. Big buckets of chicken. I remember the KFC buckets. They were like them red and white striped cartoon buckets. And they had like a little thing where you stick your finger to pull a damn plastic lid off of them. I remember those old school buckets. We haven't had KFC like in forever, man.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Jamie's asking, Keith, you still talk or watch Michael Akers' channel? Oh yeah. I usually watch, like I watch Jordan Windex. I watch Hollywood Haunter, of course. I'm more and more been watching it on the big TV, so I can't leave comments. I have to go back and find the video if I remember it and then try and watch comments. So I try and watch as many people as I can and catch up when I'm not doing videos. But oh yeah, it's like watching on the big TV, especially like for Chris at Hollywood Haunter, because I like seeing his measurements and how he sets stuff up in like either the saw or it's just so much easier to see because I usually watch on my phone. I've been prone to watching like coming home and trying to catch up my videos on the bigger TV, watching like the YouTube app or something on the Roku, whatever. So then I don't leave comments. So if I remember, I try and go back later on to watch and leave a comment or a heart or a like or whatever, when it comes up in my subscription feed or whatever on YouTube. But oh yeah, I still watch Michael and stuff like that. I just saw his walkthrough. He's got a beautiful. I love how he does this whole long driveway. He does the inside of the house, the outside of the house, and I think it's great that Michael does a pizza party every year and invites all the neighbors. He parks the cars up on the street. He decks out the whole garage, and the kids can come in and hang out and get pizza and chill. He's got tables in the driveway. Michael's awesome, man. Been friends with him for a couple of years. Super nice guy. Him and Tom are awesome, man. They do so much for like decorating, and he hasn't done a lot of the giveaways in a while, which is still cool. But their direction, even his DIYs and stuff, are cool. Because I've learned a couple things from Michael, like the dowels and the urns. It's such a cool idea. I bought the ones that were at Old Time Pottery, and I found some of those urns. I put the dowels in there and just put a puck light in there so I could hit the remote. So cool, man. And it's such a simple thing. It's like little. And I forgot where he said. He just mentioned where he just saw that at too. But I still watch Michael to this day. He was one of the first people I found on YouTube. Like, so when I started watching YouTube in 2017, I didn't really realize there was like other people out there like me, like whole haunt people. So like the first people I found was like Alan at Stilpe East, Steve's Haunted Yard, and of course Hollywood Haunter. So those guys are like my big three. And then so I watch monster tutorials. I watch Michael at Happy Haunting. I watch a bunch of people. I watch a lot of smaller channels too, because a lot of the smaller guys, man. If you guys haven't watched, he's Crafty, HE''S Crafty. That guy's editing is so damn good, man. He's so freaking funny. He cracks me up. It's like, I don't know why he doesn't have more subs. It kind of frustrates me when you find a channel. It's like with Hollywood Haunter. So you guys are up around like 60 or so thousand subs, 60-something thousand subs. There's no freaking way Hollywood Haunter shouldn't have 1 million subs. Me and Vic talk about this. It's like, the thing is, like, if you're doing dollar store DIYs where you're buying $4 worth of shit and you're making a project, you can get 60, 70, 80,000 views if you got like 20 subscribers, because people love cheap shit. When you're a true craftsman like Chris and you see what he does, people love to watch, but they don't want to attempt to build that stuff. Vic's another one. He don't care. Hey, look, I saw this guy build a castle the other day. I'm going to go build one. They're so good that they suffer for it, and I think that's bullshit. I think people should show them the love, whether you're going to build a whole front witch hut or a front facade in front of your house or a whole hearse like Vic builds. I think being over talented hurts you on YouTube, which sucks. That's a shame, man, because like Chris is getting robbed and Gina, there's no way they shouldn't have well over 100,000 subs now. You know, they're not just making 6 videos on eyeballs or gluing cabochons and stupid shit. You know, true craftsmanship, man, people should follow and show the love, man, because there's only a handful of people like that in the world. And I honestly think that YouTube should be pushing their stuff because YouTube doesn't know what. They just know it's a video, somebody's watching it, okay, push it more. They don't know it's all artificial intelligence. There needs to be somebody who has a big channel. Like when I get to 1 million subs, I'm going to hand pull small channels out and be like, blam, here you go. Like you see Craftsman will touch, you know, somebody's channel, the next week, bam, they're up 20,000 subs. You know, somebody needs to reach out, PewDiePie or somebody, and grab your Hollywood Haunters and your other smaller channels and your builders and say, blam, check these guys out. They're freaking awesome, man. You know, you got Wicked Makers, they exploded, and they're doing like tombstones with razor blades and dry lock. It's like, we've been doing that for 20 years. Like, you're not really showing us nothing new. But yet, hey, 300,000 subs, you know, and Chris builds freaking boo buckets from scratch with multiple angles, and he even put the little scallops in the bottom of the damn buckets, you know, and it's like 60,000 subs. Like, it's bullshit. It's not right, man. YouTube should correct that and be pushing that stuff, you know. If you're going to hot glue some cabochons to a wreath that you bought at the dollar store and you get 80, 90,000 views, like, where the fuck does that equal out at, man? I don't like seeing that stuff. So I like to watch actual craftsmen who make me want to build bigger stuff and level up. I'm not afraid to go get a tool or try a new medium, or, you know, if I got the time or the space to challenge myself, man. I don't want to be in a rut and build the same shit for 20 years. Like, hey, here's another, you know, skull by key. That gets old, man. People want to see that crap. Yeah, they like your style, but I just want to be that guy, man. I'm not happy with what I know now. I always want to know more, learn more, put my hands in more stuff. And that's just me. And that's the way my channel will always be. It'll never change. I don't want to be the dollar store DIY guy or the 95 resin eyeball video guys. I don't want to be those guys. I don't want to be the Spirit Halloween channel where I show every leak. Oh, look at this new clown that's coming out. And you're flying up subs and you're getting the views. And you're jumping up thousands of subs a month because it's like, hey, Spirit Halloween. Another clown. Hey, here's a Home Depot sneak peek. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy who shows you what somebody else puts out and then just take their stuff and then put it on your channel. You know, and that's just not for me, man. I'll never be that guy. I'm not interested. Dead Mother says, hi, April. I didn't know what a Binks was until she told me like 2 days ago to go look for the damn costume. I've never seen Trick or Treat yet. Like saying, yeah, trick or treats are kind of nice. You guys are in one place. They can take it to a tailgating party vibe, depending on where it happens. That'd be cool, man. If you can get grills out and stuff like that while the kids are trick or treating. Man, you can give kids hot dogs and hamburgers. That'd be freaking awesome, man. See, Chris saying, I wore the plastic costumes under my snow pants and walked the neighborhood. So he saw their faces. Like the Ben Cooper and Collegeville costumes, the little plastic smocks, and then you get like a super thin plastic mask. That had to be a long walk in Anchorage, Alaska. My God. Yeah, Edson, I saw that. October 18th, they're going to bring the boo buckets back. I never had them as a kid. In fact, if you guys don't watch Hollywood Haunter, go right now, turn this live stream off, go find Hollywood Haunter, click subscribe, hit the bell, show Chris and Gina some love, man. Chris is building full-size McBoo buckets. They're huge, man. They're like 4 foot wide. They're crazy looking. The witch, the pumpkin, and the thing. I remember seeing them as kids. I just never had any because I grew up in foster homes. So I was like, hey, you don't get McDonald's. You're not buying McDonald's for a foster kid. But this year they're coming back on the 18th. I don't necessarily know. I'm probably going to go get one. I'll probably get the bucket to Savage just to get it off my bucket list. But the 18th is when they're bringing them back. So right now, I guess they have the adult Happy Meals, which are like $12.37. And the toy is horrible. It's like a 4-eyed Grimace or a 4-eyed McHamburger or something like that. Oh, it's atrocious, man. I can't believe they're doing it.
Hey, Daddy.
What? Dead Mother says hello.
Hi, Kitty.
Yeah, I think the mall trick, depending on certain neighborhoods and stuff like that, like where I grew up at. So I grew up in Hammond, Indiana. So above me was South Chicago. To the south of me, or to the north of me, was South Chicago, the south side of Chicago. And beneath me was Gary, Indiana. So if you drew a line to the two cities where I grew up, between South Chicago and the murder capital of the world where Michael Jackson grew up, that's Hammond all in there. That's where I grew up at. So I'm right in the middle of that. So anymore, if they're still doing trick or treating there, that's dangerous. I would, if I was living there still, which I wouldn't be because I'd be dead or shot or I'd killed somebody, been in jail. I wouldn't go there for trick or treat. I wouldn't let my kids out of the house. I wouldn't let them eat anything that came out of anybody's house over there. There's no way. But the mall thing is a good idea. I thought that was really cool when our mall did that for the day we had the sleeting rain coming because I had like 2 inches of snow in my graveyard. It was horrible. Oh, I love watching the videos, again, Mother. Because I also like seeing, like, I like watching other people's shopping videos because their stores are different than mine. Like, so I may see something that somebody has at their store or their Spirit or their Joann's that mine doesn't have. So it's like, man, where do they get that from? So if it's something I want, I can look online or try and go hunt it down or hit that store up and wait and see if they ship it to my store. So I like watching the people shopping videos. The ones I don't like are the ones where they sit in the car and they're like, yeah, we're going Halloween shopping. It's like an hour-long video, and they found 4 minutes of Halloween because it's like the middle of summertime, and they're in the car and they're talking the whole time. I hate that shit. It drives me nuts. It's like, don't put out a Halloween video and not show Halloween, or show 4 minutes of it in an hour and 6 minute video. That drives me freaking nuts, man. That's like my shopping videos. You go in, boom, blast it all over the screen, get in, show Halloween, show what they had, get the prices. If the quality sucks, mentions it so people can't put it outside, and then get out, and then come back like in a week or two and try and hit them again. Or the other girl who's afraid to go in the store and record, she's like, she gets in the car, leaves you in the car, then she comes back, she's like, okay. She goes, I saw something that was Halloween in there. I didn't want to put the camera on because there was some lady looking at me. And then she talks about it for 20 minutes. And then she goes to the next store and she shows you a little thumbnail of a picture of something else she found. Well, I thought this was cute and it was this and this. Like, how the hell do you expect people to want to go and buy that if you can't show it to them? They're seeing a little flat picture. You didn't pick it up. You didn't know the weight of it. You didn't know what it was made out of. You didn't know if it had glitter on it. You didn't know if it was made for outside, inside. Is it plastic? Is it metal? That drives me freaking nuts, man. But they get 80, 90, 200,000 views, so they must be doing something right. I guess I should just be taking pictures of crap and sitting in my car and explaining it for an hour and 6 minutes, I guess. Nah, fuck it. I'll never do that shit. I'm never gonna do that ever. Oh, Lloyd lost Wi-Fi. Lloyd, you getting storm shit up there in Texas, Lloyd? All your windstorms and all that stuff that knocks all your damn decorations down? That's true, Ray. Hollywood Haunters, man. Go look them up. Do yourself guys a favor and subscribe and watch. And especially, just for me, go look up The Witch's Hut. I love that series. If you're going to watch Hollywood Haunters, look up The Witch's Hut. That's for me personally. And the Indiana Jones video. I love that one too, where Chris went through his Indiana Jones first, and then he had Harrison go through his Indiana Jones. That was so damn funny, man. Oh my God. Look up the Indiana Jones one too. Were they buckets or were they like boxes for the adult Happy Meals? I don't think the adults got buckets per se. I thought I saw like some kind of box or something like a cardboard box, and then a horrible, stupid plastic toy like with 2 sets of eyes in it or something like that. I was thinking about going to get one and do a little video on it and show like, okay, we're on drive, so we're gonna get an adult Happy Meal. You can either get a Big Mac meal or a 10-piece chicken nugget meal. So you only get one of two choices. And then I heard it was like $12.37, and I'm like, oh, hell no.
They upcharge it.
They upcharge $12? A Happy Meal's $5.
It's not. A Happy Meal's $5. I thought it was like.
It's like 4 or something. You might as well just round up and say $5.
But this is an adult meal, so you have to pay the adult price.
Even so, if you went to McDonald's, you ordered a 10-piece chicken nugget, a large fine large drink, I don't think it would be $12.37. It'd probably be like $9 or $8. I'm not paying $12.37 for a goddamn Happy Meal for myself. Edson says, knowing where you grew up explains a lot about you, Keith. It's true, Edson, man. Like, me and April, we were both from the same area. We lived 2 blocks apart. She lived 2 blocks up from me. It's literally like if you draw a line between South Chicago and Gary, Indiana, the murder capital of the world, everything in there is where I grew up at. So it's like it or not, that's where I grew up at, man. That's why I had to get out of that area. It got to a point where it was so bad, like when my ex was pregnant with my son, a guy had cut me off in traffic. I was in my Firebird. He was in a Monte Carlo SS with T-tops, and he cut me off. And I was going in the intersection. I threw my car in park. I jumped out. He stopped in the intersection. I tried to reach over his T-tops and grab him by the top of the hair and drag him out of his car. And he ended up squealing the tires and peeling off. And I jumped back before I got run over. And people were honking, in all 4 corners of the intersection. I was in the middle. I thought, man, I could have been dead. I could have got run over. It's like, why the hell am I here, man? Like, I got to get the hell out of here, man. I can't raise a child here. There's no way in hell, man. I've been here too long. I've been here way too long. So I had to go, man. You hear the words, I'm pregnant, and it's like, your whole life shifts. Everything's got to get moved. Everything's got to change, and you got to be in a good space, man. You can't take the chance of bringing a child and raising him in that world. Like, I had a friend there that still lived there and had 6 kids, and I was worried for him every damn day, man. Thank God the kids grew up great. They're beautiful. Everything's great. But, man, I wouldn't do it myself. There's no way. I wouldn't go back there. Have you watched new Hellraiser on Hulu? I have not, because I do not have Hulu. Tommy, if I did have Hulu, I'd be watching that new Predator movie, because that guy with the bone mask looks freaking awesome. I love Predators. I've been sculpting so much Predator crap lately, like all the little bone necklaces. Like, if you guys know Lou Rasick, Lou's an awesome dude. He had brought up the word Goblin Core, and I'm like, well, Goblin, what the hell is Goblin Core? Dude, I am so Goblin Core, man. It's all the little teeth and spines and monster parts. I've been making like little fingers and teeth. I'm gonna make a big ass Predator necklace. I think I'm even gonna sculpt a turtle skull and molding it so I can have just a slew of all kinds of crap I could throw together on a costume accessory or like that. But I've been loving the hell out of Predators. And like yesterday, before I went to my night job, I watched Predators with the guy who was in the piano, the dark hair, where they dump him on the planet and all the Predators are hunting. There's like the Boar Predator, the Berserker Predator. That's such a cool movie, man. Everybody bagged on that movie. I liked that movie. I thought it was cool. Lawrence Fishburne was in it. I loved him from King of New York. I just love the Predator series. I love the Dark Horse comics. I used to read those a lot as a kid. I've always loved Predator. From the first one, all of them. The second one is still good. People say, oh, this Predator 2 sucked. I love the City Hunter, man. I thought the City Hunter was freaking cool. So I've been sculpting all kinds of like Predator odds and ends, or for like a witch or goblin stuff. So, man, I'm totally Goblin Core to the fucking heart lately. Are you near the Stranger Things town, Keith? That's Hawkins, Indiana, and I think technically Hawkins is southern Indiana, closer by the Ohio border. So that is far east. That is far southeast of me, where Hawkins would be. Let's see, Chris says, of course, we wish our channel would grow large, but I have to say the community of friends that we have is the best. That's totally true, Chris. Because you can bounce. If you looking for something, or who had something, or where can I find something, or how do they do this, man? So to have that web, she's over there by the door. To have that web of the haunt community, man. To be able to go to them killers like Allen and some of the other bigger effects companies. I love it, man. But it's totally unfair that you guys are below 1 million subs. It's total horseshit, man. Because you're too good for YouTube, which sucks. You're too talented for YouTube. People look at your builds and be like, oh no, I'm not gonna try that. I ain't watching this guy. That's dumb. That's people who are gonna use grape stuff for the rest of their life and cut up Walgreens masks and glue shit together and be like, hey, creepy house on block. Not me, man. I want to learn. I want to better myself. Because I restore cars for a living. Obviously, my hands and craftsmanship are first. That's first most important to me. To see somebody else have that same thing about whatever their mediums are, whether it's wood or they work in plastic or they work in spray paint or whatever. There's something wrong with YouTube when it's set up like that. I don't know if it's just the people or it's reading people wrong, whatever. But there's no way, man. It's just a freaking joke, a cruel joke at that. So you've been fortunate to get enough gigs from posting stuff, so that's been a blessing. That's cool, but it's just still not fair. You know, it just, there's no reason. Like some of these guys you look at, it's like, how, like Steve at Grimwood Hollow, he's another one. Like, how is he under 100,000 subs? Like, you know, everybody knows who Men in Black is, and he did a bunch of the props for that, you know, and big name movies and stuff. And it's like, how, it just doesn't seem fair. It's like, if I could like take some of my subscribers away and give them to somebody else, I'd give them all away, man, and just like start over again. Because some people don't get like the credit they deserve. And there's some brilliant people on YouTube, man, and some people are, you know, they're handsomely rewarded for it, like Mark Rober. I love watching that guy and his glitter bombs and all the stuff he comes up with. And he's got an autistic son, which is freaking great. You know, that dude's just such a freaking genius. I love watching how his mind works. And he's got the success. Well, how come all the other people don't have the success that's just as brilliant as him? You know, so I just, it irritates me sometimes being on the platform where it's like, I just feel like a lot of channels don't get the recognition they deserve, you know, or people are like, oh, they're too talented, or like, you know, who the hell wants to watch Odin makes? Everything he makes is like beauties in a nice little color coordinated workshop, and everything he makes always comes out perfect to the end. It's like, I don't want to see that crap. I want to see him throw shit down and break shit with a hammer when it doesn't work, and that's the kind of stuff I like to watch. I don't like all the slick graphics and overproduced stuff and the cheesy smile on a trailer. It's like, it just like, it's fake, man. I don't like seeing that stuff. It just seems like it's overproduced. And I just, it turns me off. I don't like watching that stuff. Edson says, okay, speaking of which, I figured out making bubblers. Well, you can just buy a bubbler stone and a couple of fish pumps, Edison. Some of them have like 3 ports, some of them had 2 ports. The only thing is the stone weighs it down is getting the light bulb to the bottom to make sure it doesn't want to float up. But if you do an LED, it'd be fine. Or you can run the LED under the tank, which is what I did on my brain in a jar. All my LEDs are under the tank, and then I have a bubbler stone under the brain and the eyeballs. And then I hide it behind a 1-inch acrylic tube so it kind of disappears in the water. Or not water, fog juice. I use fog juice. Just crazy spectrum. John says that's a cardboard box. Dead in Yard says Hollywood Horrors are awesome. That's true, Lloyd. I totally second that. Go watch The Witch Hut. Lloyd has a Witch Hut. Lloyd's another one. Lloyd makes freaking whole mask, gloves, feet, moose knuckles, resin stuff. Lloyd's got his hands in all kinds of stuff. You guys should go watch Lloyd. He does some shopping videos. He shows you what they have in Texas. Lloyd's at Texas Haunters Convention. I like watching his videos from THC because that show's getting huge, man. Like last year, Lloyd, about last year, just about doubled they stay at Texas Haunters Convention. And do you think next year THC will be bigger than this year? Because me and Vic talked to them about a little bit about that. Like, man, maybe we might have to check out THC. Because that show seems like it's just exploding since COVID. I know the one year you went, you said it was horrible. You said your daughter made more money than you do because you paid her to watch your booth. And then you said last year you did okay. And then this year you said you sold out of a bunch of stuff. And then Brother Glenn McCain sold out a bunch of stuff. So if THC is going to be huge, I'd like to check it out. But I always look forward to you going to that so I can see what's going on there. You know? And Lloyd is also on Etsy too. So if you don't want to watch Lloyd on Dead End Yard Haunt on YouTube, look up his Etsy shop. It's called Halloween Nerd, all one word. And look up Lloyd's wares there because he sells his masks and resin ornaments and stuff on Etsy too. Oh, the jacks are so cool. This is Blake at Toxic Effects, Chris. I went ahead and ordered white pumpkins, and he kind of surprised me with the other ones because he does all the orange ones, but I've never seen anybody with a colored pumpkin yet. So I said, hey, Blake, could you make me a white one? Because I love, we go to the pumpkin patch and you see the white pumpkins and like the gray pumpkins, which they call like baby blues, and like the warty pumpkins. And man, there's like a million different like breeds of pumpkin out there and they're crazy cool. So I was talking to Blake, it's like, you should bring those to Trans World. So if you guys want some custom color pumpkins, get a hold of Blake at Toxic Effects and he can hook you up. Put in an order, just tell me what color and Blake will take care of you. Vic's gonna start smoking crack. It's probably expensive, Vic. I bet your cigarettes are probably cheaper. I only smoke tires. That's all I do. I just say no to drugs. Savage, did you start peeling the label off my zombie dust? That's not a drug. That's alcohol. It don't count. Vic says, you got Netflix? And he said he does not. Jamie asks, Keith, that Boo Bucket on the TV ad, I have to mute. It's overplayed. I've never seen it yet. Ninja, that's true, Ninja. Predator 2, I like the City Hunter. I thought Predator 2 was awesome, man. I loved, in fact, on Big Bad Toy Store, they're going to release Grayback, the old Predator who came forward and handed Danny Glover the gun, the old school pistol. They got like a gold version of him, which looks stupid, but it's the same guy. It's Grayback. It's actually the one from Predator 2, who was the elder Predator. Because all the elder Predators have the spines like on their head and eyebrows. I guess that's how they show like the Yachtja when they're older. And sometimes they have them on their chest too. And all his armor and all that stuff. So that figure is coming out, I think at the end of the year, or maybe early next year. I already got that sucker on pre-order, man, because Grayback is freaking awesome looking. The gold version they have now looks dumb, but the non-gold version is actually Grayback. So if you get on Big Bad Toy Store, look him up, man. That's going to be freaking awesome. I cannot wait to have that in hand. Because I'd really love to sculpt a Predator. Actually, I like to sculpt like 4 or 5 Predator helmets. And maybe one day make a Predator bust for myself. But I love the helmets, man. I've been in love with that franchise since I was a freaking kid, man. Of course, that was such a great flick, like with Jesse the Body Ventura and, Bill Duke, who's always in the Arnie movies. It's like such an epic freaking cast, man. Billy Bear from 48 Hours. It's like such a cool. I love the whole Predators. I love everything about Predators, man. Vic says, I guess we won't be seeing the Bloodshed Brothers anymore. They done went and started messing with kids. Yeah, they're literally like wiped from the internet. You see nothing Bloodshed Brothers. And they had a good gig, man. They were doing gigs for like theme parks in Cali and stuff like that, and setting up haunts. That could have been a hell of a good gig for them. I mean, they could have done that forever. And man, they went and freaking screwed it up, man, being assholes. What the hell is Rumble, Lloyd? You have a page on Rumble? What's Rumble? That's a new one on me. Is that like OnlyFans? You show your feet? You get paid for your feet pictures? Is that like OnlyFans, Lloyd? Ezekiel says, it blows me away how accessible you guys are to anyone, anywhere in the world. That is cool. I feel privileged to call you friends. The internet, man, it's crazy. It's like, you can be talking to Ezekiel, he's a day ahead and 8 hours behind, to like Dave, who's an hour ahead in Florida. It's crazy, like the network that allows you to, like internet or YouTube, it's crazy that like, I'll see like, if you look through your analytics on YouTube, it's like people from like Singapore watch you, or some of your audience members are from like Singapore. It's like, man, Singapore, like who the hell wants to, hello YouTube's in freaking Singapore. Like, I just can't imagine that come out of a mud hut somewhere on the other side of the damn world. It's freaking insane. But it's true. I mean, if the internet's here, it's everywhere. You got little kids in Africa that are running around living in mud huts and no shoes and dirt floors, but they got iPhones, and they're reaching out. So it's crazy, man. The internet is just something else, man. Oh, yeah, Lloyd's Rot Mask. That was cool. That's like Lloyd's second pumpkin this year, right, Lloyd? You did 2 pumpkins?
The 22nd.
I would totally foam fill that second one too, man. Put that in your porch. That guy's awesome. That would also make a great scarecrow if you did like a burlap buildup on him, Lloyd. Drago480. What's up, bro? Glad to see that you still have that Halloween spirit. Ever since my son was born, I have no more energy. It's hard, man. Kids suck the life out of you. When they're babies, that's just kid all day long. It's hard, man.
Sort of like today?
Yeah, every day. And when they get older, it don't get easier. You worry even more. They start driving and they move out. You're like, oh God, what's going on with them?
Not when they got 50 times the energy as you.
That's because I'm old. I can't keep up anymore. That's how you just throw shit at them. At this age, I'm just going to chuck a bottle at you if you're doing something wrong.
I want to make cookies. I want to make a crap. I want to do this.
Make them do the dishes, too.
Mama has chores to do.
Ninja, I could do a video essay on why Predator 2 is a perfect sequel. I love Predator 2, man. Danny Glover was freaking awesome. Because you're totally expecting... Hey, I'm talking about Predator. Get out of here. Beat it. You're totally expecting Lethal Weapon, but you get Predator. And the cool disc that was in the movie was freaking awesome, man. The Razor disc, those things were freaking awesome, man. So they totally like keep upping the Predator stuff. I love it.
Slime.
Get your slime out of here. Vic says he needs to be adopted. We're gonna send Vic to the third world. Get him some Aussie parents. What are you doing? Stop sticking that chemical crap in your mouth. It smells like freaking turpentine. Get it out of here. I gotta start working on Little Man. Get him ready for Halloween.
Who's working on Little Man?
Lloyd says the first pumpkin mold wore out. The first pumpkin mold. I thought you just made 2 pumpkins, Lloyd. Didn't you do one right before, the one with all the grooves and stuff in his eyes? You did one right before that, right? Are you using Ultra Cal? Alright, beat it, Savage. Because Ultra Cal is actually stone, so. First pumpkin mold wore out. Yeah, it's about time I need to do another mask. I got a bunch of DIYs I want to get done. I do want to do a Killer Clowns DIY. I think I got a pretty good idea to make the cocoons, so I want to do that. Hopefully before Halloween. I want to do my trout line from hell before Halloween. I want to do my anti-theft video for people who have outdoor displays like me. Although I've been lucky, nobody's ever trashed my stuff or stole anything. I'm sure if I was in a bigger neighborhood, I'd probably have more problems. I really do want to do columns. If I had the space, that's another big project I want to do. Is I want to do columns and fencing, my own columns. I don't want to do the PVC like everybody does. I don't want to do the 1x2s. I'll probably end up welding something together. I think I'm going to sculpt my own finials that are animatronic. That's one of my big projects I want to do later on. We get a bigger house where I get more space to store stuff. I want to do graveyard pillars. That's one of my big to-dos for in my bucket list. Rumble doesn't censor your videos, but no groove shit. So Rumble's like a YouTube, Lloyd? Is that what that is? I don't censor my videos. Like, I don't care if YouTube demonetizes me. It's like, bring it. I don't care. You had a big order for it. So somebody saw your stuff on Rumble and they put in a big order? I've never even heard of Rumble. Of course, I'm like kind of computer stupid. I know OnlyFans. I don't really watch it, but I know what it is. Or I heard of it.
Tell Vic, all they did was complain about my cooking. I didn't make this and I didn't make that.
Yeah, Vic likes to eat gravy on everything.
Tell me he's more than welcome to come here for dinner anytime.
Vic said he was getting fat eating here. You fed him too good. Vic likes gravy on his Cheerios. Believe me, he'll eat that.
What did he say?
Cheerios, and he puts Sunkiss in his Cheerios, and he puts gravy on top of it. That's how he eats in Alabama.
Why did I make mashed potatoes? I should have made au gratin.
I can't even spell au gratin. Yeah, I finally, right before the video, before I went live, I I emptied my camera, got my Tombstone DIY off. So, I went to Tractor Supply Company. I can't find the big blocks of foam. It's like, God damn, man. It's like, I want some big, thick-ass, badass, ancient tombstones. So, hopefully, like, a couple of days, I'll have that video up and out for you guys. You guys can see that, how I made mine. For people who can't get access to big, thick-ass slabs of foam, kind of sucks. Rumble is... I'm going to have to look into Rumble. What? I've never heard of Rumble. That's a new one on me. I really don't even do Halloween forum much anymore. I'll do it like in spurts. I'll go on there and upload a bunch of my projects and pictures and stuff I've been working on. And if I got a video for it, I'll put the video and tag it in there, or upload the video, link to it or something like that. But I haven't even really been keeping up with Halloween forum. Just been running around trying to do everything. 2 jobs, home, videos in the garage and stuff, and then trying to watch a movie here and there. That's the way it always is, Chris. I'm constantly putting stuff on the table and covering it up. I had my Too-Face on here this morning. I got all the treat bags done, so these will go away. I'll put these in the garage once I get the garage all cleaned up for the for trick-or-treaters. So I got to dress the table and stuff for the kids. Put some props and stuff out there. Is that extra toys? Wow, we had that many toys left over? We had that many Super Balls left over? We need to like double toy these kids. Holy Christ. We had a whole lot of extra stuff. I'll be putting that stuff in like with Etsy orders and whatever else to get rid of it. I've always got stuff on the table. My projects are like in between, like drying or curing. I'll throw it on the table. I'll show you my guys. My what do you call it? From Batman. Clayface. I was working on him earlier. I got some wildfire paint. Oh my God, is that stuff so freaking bright? You know, a little 6 ounces is $15. But man, I'll show you guys. Hang on a second. He's freaking crazy bright. So I've only got one coat on his eyes right now. But look at that. That's that wildfire paint. And man, if you put the black light on that, oh my God, man. So I got to finish doing some airbrushing on him. I got to do some other things. So he's probably about halfway there. I'll be taking these guys M8C with me.
Princess.
And then I have a single hanger hook on the back. But I got a couple more things I got to add. I got to add something down here. I got to add some things here. And I got to do their eyeballs. I want to do some airbrushing and stuff like that. And do some little red around the outside edges. But it actually came out really good. The mold for this came out really good. I was really happy with it. And the resin teeth make all the difference, you know. So we'll do some brown perma grime on him and some streaks and stuff. So I want to get him finished up hopefully by Christmas. I think I got like 4 of them made or so. So I got to finish up. So that's like another project that sits on the table taking up space.
You teach out a lot of videos, not you. Yes, you do.
Oh, not yet, Den Mother. I haven't talked to him yet about selling the props to that place.
That's such wonderful days.
Oh, look, Den Mother has it now. She says Rumble is a platform similar to Facebook, except no censorship. Same with me. It's similar to YouTube. Me why? Me why? That's another one I haven't heard. Man, there's all kinds of stuff going on. All these damn platforms like YouNow, that's another one. I don't do Twitch. I don't really play on Twitch or really know what Twitch is. I guess that's a big thing for like gamer girls or something like that. Lloyd says, order was from the Texas Haunters Convention. Rumble will pay for content. Wow, really? I'm going to have to look into that because I got like a bunch of videos like stuck in my computer. I can just upload a bunch of stuff that's on YouTube. That's what else, Kat. What's a dinner table? It's constantly covered in whatever the hell I'm working on. It's where everyone is mass exodusing to. Really? There's like a big exodus to Rumble? But since they started publicly selling stock in their company, it kind of worries me if they'll go downhill and go the way of Google eventually. Ah. So everybody will get there and then it'll go to hell in a handbasket, huh? Rumble. I did not know Rumble. I don't do TikTok either. Savage is on TikTok. I don't do TikToks. Yeah, that wildfire. Oh my God, man. I put the light on it. It almost even in the dark, it's so bright. It blows out the color just looking at like the bottom of the paint. It's like, man, a little bit of that stuff goes a long way. So far, the yellow is pretty thin, but I've only got 1 coat on too, so I'll probably do 2 or 3 and then airbrush around. I want to do some red streaks under his eyes and stuff. I want to give him even though he's still a lump of clay, I want to give him a life look like he had on the Batman cartoon and in the comic. Nick's got to weld some crap together for Fear Expo soon. What are you going to be welding together for Fear Expo? See, John says, you might check out Oriental Trading for the toys or your bag. John, that's where some of these came from. In fact, I ordered some stuff from Amazon, and it actually shipped from Oriental Trading Company, which kind of shocked me. It's like, because I actually ordered from both different, I think a couple different days apart or something like that. So some stuff came in, and then some stuff I ordered from Amazon came in an OTC box. I'm like, what the hell? When I went back and looked at it, actually, they have a store on Amazon. So some of the stuff actually did come from Amazon, and then some stuff came from them through Amazon, which is pretty crazy.
Are their prices comparable?
Yeah, for some stuff, Amazon was cheaper. For some stuff, like OTC was way higher. Like on the little maze puzzles, those things were like $10 difference on Oriental Trading Company versus the Amazon company I bought from. Not on much, but there was some stuff that they were way higher on. 13 Ghosts. What's up, 13? Says trick or treat. You know what, man? We're getting ready to hand out for the kids, man. So making the treat bags tonight. MeWe is like Facebook. I like that site. I've never heard of MeWe either. Man, like I'm way behind. With hunters, so we can't even keep up with our YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. That's all I do. I usually forget Instagram. I'll try and put a post on there like every couple of days or so if I remember. But usually, most of my stuff I post in the Cobwebs and Candlesticks group on Facebook. So if I'm getting live stream, if I'm making something, or I'm showing progress of something, I'll usually put it there for everybody to see it.
Smell it.
It doesn't really have a smell, but it's kind of funky.
It's coconut.
It really smell like coconut.
Smell it, Haley.
But she's asleep. I always try and stick close to my CNC page. That's usually where I can be found at. I always even forget to make the damn community posts on YouTube. It's like, oh man, there's like, it's almost like you gotta have a freaking person do that shit all day for you. Like, you gotta hire somebody. Okay, do my social media, answer all my comments, post something on Instagram, post it on Facebook, post it on, it's like, oh man, it's like a freaking second job, man. Oh, okay. So you're gonna do the welded frames for the standing frames for those guys. Okay. Yeah, Kat, I've seen the embroidery thread. Everybody uses the yarn and they put it around the corner of the eyes. I don't want to do that. I want to do airbrushing. I'm gonna either do that, or I want to put some kind of red irritation around the eyes. It's a classic go-to, but everybody uses it, so I want to make that left-hand turn. Because everybody goes left, I want to go right and find something else. That's the thing. That's ever you see like a YouTube video, and you see, okay, somebody's making resin eyeballs, and they use the yarn thing, and it's like everybody uses it, but they get 100,000 views for it, and the guy who made it, who actually originated it, gets like 200 views. So it's like, it's weird how somebody else will copy somebody's video and they get all the glory for it, when it's really like an old trick, or it's basically an old trick that's been done, but like somebody else claims the glory for it. It's just really weird how that works. And I don't understand that stuff, I don't mind people copying each other, as long as you just say, hey, I saw this by so-and-so, or, I saw this here or there. I just try and come out of left field with some of my stuff, just to be different. Or I also just want to bore people with the same old shit, it's like, I don't want to do like 9 videos on Little Man, or, I just want to constantly, I just at least push the envelope a little bit and try and come up with something new, or just force myself to just step out of the norm and do something else, When everybody else is going right, hang a left-hand turn. Vic says, I have no clue. I was close to 1K to go live and got a message I was signed out and went to go back in and said I was banned. That was a long time ago, man. It's hard, man. Like, to be on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Well, the 1,000 subscribers isn't too bad. That's like the first hump you get over. But 4,000 hours, that's a lot of watch time, man. I mean, that's 4,000 hours. And they tell you mostly in minutes, but it's like, that's what gets people sometimes. And then, YouTube will start putting ads on their channel, and they're like, hey, you can't put ads on my channel. That's my money. And it's like, first of all, it's not your money. It's not your platform. You're on Google's platform using YouTube, and you don't have the 4,000 watch hours, even though you have 1,000 subs. So you can't be sour about it and get all pissy and then try and run off and get mad about it. They set the rules. You either got to hang, or you got to walk somewhere else, or find somewhere else to put your content or whatever you're making, So there was a certain Tony's Terrors, who had a shit fit that YouTube was putting videos on her. Here, look at this mask I have. And she couldn't make the hours, so man, they put ads on her channel, and she threw a fit about it and left. And of course, she's back, of course, but it's like, man, it's a kind of a tough nut to crack for a lot of smaller channels, so it kind of sucks, man. Harrison is asking me to set up some cobwebs out front, so I'm stepping out for a few. Hope everyone take care, Chris. Tell Harrison happy Hollywood. Tell Gina hi. See, Vic says, I see a lot of people complaining about being banned on TikTok, so I'm not worrying about it anymore. You know, I don't use TikTok. I don't even really even watch it unless Dave and Vic sends me a clip, or April. So I don't even think about it. It doesn't bother me. Not yarn, thin pearl thread. Thin pearl thread for eyeballs? For veins and stuff? The yarn thing I've seen forever. 13 says, I know I'm way behind social media. I just got on Instagram this year. I'm thinking of just going back to Flickr to post my photos and videos. Flickr? I know I've heard of Flickr. I don't even know what it does. That's like from the MySpace days, right? Or like snapping chats. Like, man, there's so much crap out there that I have no clue. Streaming platforms and stuff. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. I can't keep up with all that crap. I don't know how companies, they must have like whole teams that do nothing but sit here and answer our Twitter all day. Sit here and answer our Instagram all day. Sit here and answer our email all day. You handle our Twitch all day. And so you could have like 10 different people to handle your pictures and your projects and stuff like that. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I usually forget about Instagram. Like I said, I stick pretty close to the CNC page on a CNC group on Facebook. I try and post a picture a day or something every day, just to try and be inspirational or just kind of keep pushing the ball forward. I notice people like do that like on Patreon, like, hey, I got a Patreon, and then like 6 months they haven't posted anything, but they've been taking the money for 6 months. They ain't done no videos. That just grinds me. So I'll probably never have a Patreon. So I sort of treat like the Facebook group for CNC like as if it was a Patreon. Poster every day, a little something. It doesn't have to be much, something I'm working on, something I bought, something I found, something I saw, a picture here or there, just to try and be inspirational. Doesn't always work, but that's usually what I stick to, and it works for me, at least for now. Yeah, I'm not interested in TikTok or Snapchat or whatever. I can barely keep up with Instagram, so I'm pretty much stuck to Facebook and Instagram occasionally, here and there. That's about it. And the rest is on the YouTubes. Damn, it's 9 o'clock? Wow, it's 9:08. Okay. I think I'll stay on for about maybe 15 more minutes or so, then I'll jump off. I think I'm going to try and go watch Dracula tonight. I saw it's like free on Tubi or something like that, so I just watched Frankenstein last weekend. I'm going to try and watch Bella and Dracula tonight. Embroidery frost is thicker. Oh, yeah, I see that embroidery stuff. That stuff's way thicker than regular sewing thread. 6 strands. Pull apart and use. It only costs about 50 cents per package, which would be a lifetime display for 2 eyes. Embroidery frost. Is that what you're saying? Use the embroidery thread. Like, if it's 6 strands, you peel it apart to look like veins, and then spread it out. Put some epoxy on there, and then spread it out onto the eye, and then clear over it. Vic says Facebook will ban you. TikTok will ban you. I'm sure there's more that will. I'm not sure why a lot of people use it. Just be disappointed to work as hard to create there. I mean, that's true. You see people put up a picture or something, or Facebook takes something out of context and bans them for like 30 days or a week or something like that, like over something stupid or a joke or something like that, or something taken the wrong way or a picture or whatever. It's like, man, they're getting freaking choosy, man. They're going to start running people off their platform. Man, I should have been on live chat so I can see everything. The starter of Rumble has a stipulation that they won't censor because they are free speech. Well, dang. I'll have to look up Rumble and see what it's about. It's got to be like a fully adult channel, like our YouTube. You can mark your videos for 18 or over, or for it's made for kids. Like all my videos, I mark adults and older, 18 and older. Yeah, I remember that as. Vic got banned for what, a week for saying the word Hitler on there? It's like, well, if you said the H word on Facebook, you're gone for at least a week. Damn Facebook jail. That's cool, Kat. Post away, man. That's what it's for. It's weird, like somebody posts something on CNC, like, oh, I hope this is allowed. Like, hell yeah, it's allowed. Post it, man. Like, let me, It's not, all our groups aren't like the admin groups where it's like, oh, denied, like, your post was pulled by an admin. Like, all the people who play God on Facebook, man, I don't understand that. It just doesn't make any damn sense. 13 Ghosts been suspended 4 times on Facebook, 7 days each time. Wow. Yeah, really. So Kenny Locke showed me a picture today. He's like, hey, you still selling them dragons? And he shows me another ad with a different company that a buddy sent him. It's like, oh, man, they're back with them damn Distortions dragons again. Like, I can't believe to this day they're still taking my stupid face off of YouTube and putting it in videos, or taking it off Ed's website and showing me slapping it with a chain and fast forward and putting some music against it, and then showing Ed painting him. It's like, I talked to Ed at MHC last year, and then I talked to him at Trans World this year. Yeah, this year, Trans World. And it's like, Ed, man, I feel bad that I even did that video. I'm sorry. The freaking Chinese people run off with it, and he's like, there's nothing you can do. We've talked to our lawyers. They move so fast, like they're closed down, and then they pop up somewhere else. He said there's really nothing you can do. And it sucks that people can steal your images overseas and try and sell people crap, because they're all scammers overseas. Indians, Chinese, they want, every time you look at that website, I see Chinese script on the bottom, so I know it's Chinese scammers. That take something for nothing. Here's a 3D toy or a 3D printed piece of crap, and we're going to show you a $300 or $400 dragon, and people think that they're going to get that for $30 in the mail. I mean, so people are kind of gullible, but yes, but it's like, even still, to be able to shave, they probably have 15 companies set up that when one goes down, another one comes online. So they already have whatever business license and crap and website set up to go. So when one gets shut down, beep, go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one. Because I think I've seen myself under literally like 8 different names, 8 different websites, my stupid face selling Distortions dragons. It's like, oh my God, man. It's obnoxious as hell. What's up, Glenn? Oh, I am, Glenn. I was out in the graveyard all day today slapping stuff up. I got a pretty big Tombstone video coming pretty soon. Yeah, 13, it's like Amazon's getting as bad too. I went to like the Amazon pages that were selling those Distortions dragons under a false name, and I slammed them in the comments. I just got on comments and reviews and just started slamming them, and then they disappeared. Amazon says, oh, your review is not live because it's been taken down. Yeah, so I've been going on Amazon hacking on them people too, because they're everywhere, man. Like, you just can't, once they run with it, it's like wildfire, man. They must have a whole floor of people like, okay, get ready. So when this thing gets taken down, we're going to jump back on here under this name. Everything's going to start up again, but we're just going to change the name. It's like, man, it's like, why not just make a good product? If you have access to 3D printers, why not make your own unique product and then sell that? Why be a thief? Why lie? Why try and, fool people and tell them, hey, you're going to get a big, huge dragon, and then you sell them a freaking Matchbox toy-sized 3D printed piece of shit for for $30. See, Lloyd says he ordered Dark Shadows TV series because he likes the movie and didn't know it was a soap. The Vampire Barnes is a good vampire. Which one? Yeah, he's been around for a long time. A friend of mine in high school, man, they loved Dark Shadows. I saw the movie with Johnny Depp, but it was okay. That was just never my thing. Dark Shadows is like, eh. I really want to see that Willow. When that comes out, man, that looks freaking good. I think it's going to be on Paramount, I think. The Paramount series, show, TV channel.
You said my name?
No, I said the series with Wicket.
We have Paramount Plus.
No, we don't have any channels. We don't have Paramount.
Are you buy Paramount?
No. Unless Willow comes out, then I might have to buy Paramount. Whatever the hell platform it's on, I don't know.
Oh!
You've never even seen it. It's got the brownies on it.
I know what you're talking about though, because I've seen the cover.
It's Ron Howard. You need to see it.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, anymore, man. All the channels, you gotta buy individual channels. It's like freaking nuts. Hulu channels and everything else.
Vic got us Netflix though.
Yeah, you finally figured it out. So we watched that. Well, I watched that Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, I've known ever since you've been watching Netflix.
Yeah, I think tomorrow, do some editing tomorrow. Try to get the Tombstone video finished up so I can release that hopefully soon, and then jump on them other videos, man. Like I said, I think I want to do a Killer Clowns cocoon. I want to do the prop anti-theft video for people who have yard haunts. I want to do resin eyes, show you guys how I do mine. I really need to do a channel trailer. Man, I'm gonna have to do a yard haunt video. I got a ton of stuff to do before Halloween, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it all done. See, Glenn has a question about the Home Depot hack with the blow molds. Do you think my wood cutting hole saw will do the trick? Try to get the Loctite foam. Only thing Lowe's has is okay. Great stuff, Cap. Okay, Glenn. Two things. Yes, your hole saw made for wood. It's like a bimetal. It's made for wood and steel. It will go through, but you'll probably get only one or two blow molds out of it. It'll eat a saw blade really fast. A hole saw. You really do need the concrete or the glass cutting bit. Now, Amazon sells a bag of glass cutters that are really cheap. You could get like an 1.5 inches, or no, 1.25 inches, because 1.25 inches will fit 1 inch PVC through it. On Amazon, the glass cutting bits, they're basically just a steel cylinder with little diamond chips or whatever around the edges on the inside and the outside. Those work great too. You can get a couple of blow molds out of them, and then it dulls it. It'll dull them down. But you can't get through with those. They're cheap, but you burn through them. On a wood cutting thing, you can get through. You need to spray some penetrating oil or some PB Blaster or something in there to try and save your saw. I used that one in my video because my other saw was too big. I would have had to go to like 2-inch pipe, because I actually do have an actual
It's really
Excuse me?
concrete cutting bit for my big pots outside, the one that I actually use for my witch. I didn't get holes. When we bought those, there were no holes in the bottom for drainage. I'm like, oh man, if they don't drain, when we get ice, they're going to bust. So I went and bought I think a 2-inch hole saw bit for masonry. And that was the black one I showed in my video. But it was too big. I want to use smaller pipe. I didn't want to go that big a pipe. But yes, it'll go through, but it's going to burn it up. So if you use a new one, you probably get 2, maybe 3 out of there. I don't want to, maybe 2 or 3 holes for the blow molds. But it'll eat the bit, but it will go through. Just go easy, and then you can use water or oil. You can use motor oil. It don't matter. Just something to lube it up, because it's going to get hot and it's going to eat the teeth off that thing.
I know. Thank you.
Never say no.
Lloyd's working on a big secret project for next year. It's a tease. Does it involve glitter, Lloyd? Please tell me it doesn't involve glitter.
It does.
You know, X-Mobile, Ex Mobile says I'm a huge fan of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I hate clowns across the board, right? I'm tired of seeing them. They're overdone. They're overkill. Clowns are like the pennies of the universe.
Like
They're
John
everywhere,
Wayne Gacy.
and they're worth nothing. But you know, where I grew up, okay, see, I'm talking. When I grew up, I loved watching Killer Clowns. Like it came on HBO like 10 times a day, and I would watch it like twice a day or twice on a weekend. It's such a cool, campy, old school horror flick. I love the Killer Clowns from Outer Space series. I just watched it like this week, I think. So one of the weekdays, I think I watched most of it. Because Christopher Titus is even in it. But I love Killer Clowns, man. I was at the Spirit. They had the Bob's Big Burger, Big Top Burger towels. I thought those were so cool, and the ice cream truck ones. I love Killer Clowns, man. It's just such like a classic, cool staple horror movie from back in the day. That's why I want to do the Cocoon Project because I think that's so cool. They're so iconic, you know. And I think I can do them for pretty cheap for people. Because a lot of people do clown haunts, which I don't. But I think I can make the Cocoon and do a pretty good job at it. So that's one of the things I want to try, hopefully before Halloween, because there's so many people out there who don't really like clowns like me. It's not their thing, but they love Killer Clowns, same as me. Anytime, Glenn. Anytime. As says, I'm so into clowns at the moment. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is this weekend's watch list. It's such a cool movie, man. Down to like the popcorn, the cocoons where the one clown, I think it's Fatso is the clown. He pops the straw on that guy and takes a drink out of it to see if it's ready yet. It's just so outlandish, man. Like Shorty knocking that biker's head off. The cotton candy gun, the sheriff, and he shoves his hand over the sheriff's back and talks to him like a clown. It's just so freaking nuts. It's just such a wacko movie, man. But it's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They're aliens, which is another cool thing that they're aliens. It's one of those things like if you didn't grow up with it, you'll never understand it. I hope not, Lloyd. You're gonna get the hit from touching glitter. Gunther from Funhouse. Yeah, with the jacked up teeth. He had those little nubby like sloths from Goonies. I love Toxic Avenger, man. When I was a kid growing up in the foster homes, they actually had cable there. I would watch Toxic Avenger like once or twice a weekend for probably 6 weeks when it was on HBO because they used to be sing movie 47 times a day. I love the first one is so crazy. I love when he shoves the guy's when he's in the restaurant and he shoves the guy's head in the deep fryer and he wraps the electrical poles around him and makes him fry his head. It's so freaking crazy, man. It's sort of like the Killer Clowns. I love the first time. The second one was kind of goofy and like third and fourth were all kinds of dumb. With the Tromaville stuff, man, it's funny. But the first Toxic Avenger, it's so outlandish and funny. It's almost like in the same vein of Killer Clowns. I think that's why I like it so much. Oh, Lloyd, you bought the Killer Clown gun. I didn't see it this year so far. They had some Killer Clown stuff there, but they didn't have the cotton candy gun. I think it's only like $15 or $25. And it's got lights and it whirls around too, I think. It looks like it's a pretty good deal. That's True Monsters. The Tromaville stuff, man, it's just so like outlandish and insane. It's funny as hell, man.
Have I seen it? No.
I look at that one girl with the black hair that sticks up.
It's like the thing now is like there's so many horror movies that are just like, forgettable. And back in the 80s, apart from the slasher flicks, everybody's trying to copy the slasher flicks and they're like, oh, okay, we can't make another Freddy, another Jason. Going out of the way to make like Killer Clowns is completely off the wall or Toxic Avenger and all that kind of stuff, There's just so much cool stuff out there. Like I'm a huge fan of like Pumpkinhead. I had watched, was it last weekend? Because they're talking about the new Interview with the Vampire. I had watched the old one. I remember going to the theater seeing the original Interview with the Vampire. It was a midnight showing. The day was opened up. It was ended up being like 2.5 hours long or something like that. So we got out of the movie theater till like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy. It's just such a great movie, man. I love the first Blade movie, like in '89, before all the Marvel movies got popular. That first Blade movie is kick-ass, man. I could watch that 50 times a day, man. I love that first Blade movie because that came out right after the Scream. I think right after Scream came out, right before Scream came out. The redhead from Killer Clowns was cute. I think that was Shorty, the little guy, little stubby guy. Monster in the Closet from Tromaville is hilarious. I did see Candy Corn. It wasn't too bad. It's one of those weird movies like on Prime. There's a couple of them. I watched Trick that was kind of dumb. Candy Corn, is that the one with the dwarf in it, Ezekiel? Or is that the one with... there was one with the dwarf in it that was pretty decent. And that's one where Corey, what's-his-face from Slipknot is the DJ, right? Or is that Bad Candy? I think that's Bad Candy.
Candy Corn is the one with the dwarf in it.
Okay, then Bad Candy is the one with the singer from Slipknot and Stone Sour or whatever.
I only remember because
What's up, Branch Core?
I was watching it and you pulled me out to count quarters.
Or like Basket Case, another just crazy, outlandish, off-the-wall movie from the 80s. Yeah, that's right, Az. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I thought that was okay. Did you say Creepshow is in your top 3 horror movies of all time? Man, you know, it's up there, Glenn, because a lot of people, what the hell happened to Creepshow 2? I love Creepshow 2. But the first one with Fluffy and Fluffy and the cockroaches and Leslie Nielsen. It's such a classic, man. Like I still like Cat's Eye. Cat's Eye is another great one. I've looked for that lately. I can't find it anywhere. Cat's Eye is another movie in that same vein, man. Like with James Woods. And things like Stacy Keats' one with like the hair that keeps growing. The James Woods ones is awesome. Where they watching him, trying to stop smoking or whatever, and they like the whole corporation's after him. Man, it's definitely up there for like these true horror movies. Like I love the original Halloween. Creepshow's up there. Pumpkinhead's up there for me. I really do like the first Jeepers Creepers. That was a great movie because they kept on teasing you like, well, what the hell is this guy? Is he a gargoyle? Is he a demon? Like, what the hell is he? Alien, I don't know if you would consider Alien a horror movie if it's more sci-fi. That's another great classic where all of Geiger's art and it was just one of those movies that's like paralyzing, man. I love the original trilogy of Terror. That's another one that's scary as hell. Even the original Tales of the Crypt from like 73 with Liz Taylor. Is it Liz Taylor? No, Liz. What's her face in it? It's all English people. The Santa Claus one. That's a great movie too. It's like terrifying to watch. Man, there were so many great horror movies early. It's insane. Creepshow, I love 1 and 2. Everybody's 2 sucked. 2 was great, man. Like The Raft. I think Chief Woodenhead was cool. I think I really like The Raft the best out of those. Because I watched it with Willow, and the guy gets to the shore, and he's like, I beat you. And, the oil slick just comes up over him and grabs him off the shore. And I was like, that's not fair. Like, he made it to the shore. He should have got away. That's not fair. It's like, it's not supposed to be fair, man. Like, it's a horror movie. Like with Stephen King, like a lot of his books just end awkward, bad, horrible. You're still thinking about at the end. Like The Shining, that's another like, like The Shining, that's got to be like top 3 for sure. It's hard. If I was supposed to sit down and make a list, that would be hard, man, because I would feel like I was slighting a lot of people saying that. Because Kubrick is just insane. His detail, his shots, he's not afraid to have a long, like 2-3 minute shot in a movie. He's not fast paced like Sam Raimi, like Evil Dead, another great movie. I like some gory, but like the original Reanimator, that's gory as hell, man. It's a crazy ass movie. It would be hard for me to put a top 10. It would be hard for me to put a top 10 together without having like, probably chest pains.
Can I have a pop?
Go ahead. The female redhead was nice looking. Is that the one in the hot tub? Not the hot tub in the back of the ice cream truck, Lloyd?
I asked Dad.
Why did you ask him and not me?
Ezekiel says, I'm looking for a Tales from the Crypt mask. Good one. Whole head, please.
I don't care.
Tales from the Crypt. Like the actual Crypt Keeper?
I'm not. He even said.
Better brush those damn teeth.
Somebody makes one of those on Facebook. I don't know if it's the guy who does all the Fright Night masks. Like, that's another one, Glenn. Like, Fright Night. Man, Fright Night's like top 3 for me because I can watch that over and over. I love that movie. Lost Boys is another one. It's hard, man. You know, but Creep Show, because it has 3 different stories in there, man, it's hard to choose, man. Like you know, if you're literally gonna die and said, okay, you can watch your top 3 horror movies of all time before you die. To pick those 3, oh, that'd be agonizing, man. As somebody on Facebook makes a Crypt Keeper, man, I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's the same guy who makes the Ed Wolf from Fright Night. I can't think of his name off the tip of my tongue. But somebody just showed it not too long ago. Somebody on Facebook has or makes a Crypt Keeper mask. Oh, the 80s had some great movies, 13. Stuff that I still like to watch, like The Killer Clowns and, you know, well, technically Alien was 78 and Halloween was 78. Or Alien was 79, Halloween was 78. Some of the stuff they just got right back then, man. It was perfect as is. And, you know, like, of course, now there's, I don't know what it was, like 10 or 12 Jason movies, you know. It's like, Jaws is another one, man. Even though there was, like, a lot of continuity flaws in it, you know, or watching that on TV as a kid, I was scared. Like, you know, Jaws, you know, that's Steven Spielberg, man. Like, that was another movie, like, where you weren't worried about somebody shooting you or aliens or a slasher. It was a goddamn shark, you know, and it could get you just about anywhere. Even when you're a kid, you go swimming and you're in a freshwater lake, you still think, oh man, is Jaws out there? You know, even though, you know, sharks, great whites are only salt water. You know, I remember those times when kids couldn't get in the damn pools. I'm not going in the pool. You know, if I can't see the bottom, I'm not getting in the pool. There might be Jaws in there. What's up, Track Back? Oh, not a whole lot. We just made treat bags for the trick-or-treaters. So we put all their toys in there and all their stuff, and I think popcorn balls and toys and full-size candy bars. And then for Halloween, I get to pick a black light or a glow-in-the-dark magnet too, off the board. C13, like, I love Pumpkinhead, man. I'm a huge Lance Henriksen fan, all the way back to Terminator, the first one. I loved him in Pumpkinhead. I loved him in Near Dark. If you guys haven't seen Near Dark, you guys like vampire movies. Yeah, like, you know, Interview with the Vampire, that's a top 3 vampire movie. Near Dark, with not only, oh shit, I just said his name. Lance Henriksen and Bill Paxton's in it. If you guys haven't seen Near Dark, you've never seen a vampire movie that was good. Those two together are always phenomenal, but Near Dark is a phenomenal vampire movie from the very late 80s. I want to say like 88, 89, right around that Pumpkinhead time. I love Lance Henriksen. I was never a big X-Files fan, but I used to watch Millennium all the time with Lance Henriksen. I'm a huge Lance Henriksen fan. If he's in it, I'll watch it. I don't care what it is. I loved him as the assassin in Beauty and the Beast, the TV show. He played Snow. I love Lance Henriksen, man. He's just one of those guys who's got the face. And when I saw that Texas, what was that Texas horror fest or something, Lloyd? Like, he was there and there was nobody at his table. And I'm like, how the hell are people not flooding him? That's Lance Henriksen, man. I'd be up his ass. Like, dude, what about this? What about that? You know, I love Lance Henriksen. I just love watching that guy work, man.
Yeah, it's here. Ooh, you should rumble like
Trick or Treat, I've only seen one time. That's great. Savage loves it. I like the original Trick or Treat with what's his face from Family Ties. Not Boner, the other guy.
I love Trick or Treat.
Not that one you're thinking. It's a different one.
I know,
It's from the
Trick-
80s. I mean, that's another great one. That Trick or Treat.
With Sam in
Creep
it.
Show Part 2. They reference the name Poncho and Chief Woodenhead and the raft thanks to the ride. I also know what is it in the first Creep Show that like the green ashtray shows up in every story. So there's some really cool Easter eggs. Like there's a YouTube video that shows about Easter eggs in Creep Show. Like there's an ashtray that's in every episode of Creep Show, the original one. I think it's like a green ashtray, greenstone ashtray or something like that. I thought some of those things were really cool that I didn't pick up on or watch. But it's cool that they were doing that stuff kind of back then with certain directors. That's always freaking cool, man. Oh, the first Fright Night, amen, Glenn. Dave was like, oh, you know, the second one's not bad. So I tried to sit through the one with Colin Farrell.
That's you.
It was horrible, man. It was so bad. It was like, oh god, this is so dumb. The first one with Herman inside Herman's head. What's that kid's name? And Evil and Amanda Bears from with Ed Bundy. Married with Children. Chris Sarandon, dude, he was such a great vampire in that movie. He had such freaking attitude, man. I love that first Fright Night. Like I said, that's probably, man, that's got to be top 3 for me. I think I've watched the movie 3 times last year, or maybe 3 times this year. It's that one's a classic, man. I love that freaking movie, man. I have heard of Tremors. I think I've seen 1 or 2 like in the 80s. Tremors, Critters is another one I don't think I've really watched. I like Chud. You guys remember Chud, Cannibalistic Human Underground Dwellers? I was a huge Chud's fan back in the 80s. Or They Live with the babies, I think. I think that's kind of where Spirit got their zombie babies from, was They Live from the early 80s. Or Scanners. Scanners is another one from the 80s that's freaking... Actually, Scanners might be like 79, like Angie Dickinson. Scanners is a crazy, scary movie. The original Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland, another great-ass movie. And for me as a kid, you know, Alan mentions it too, The Howling. I think The Howling is 1980. Another great, badass werewolf movie that still holds up to this day, I think. And you know, if you're going to talk about werewolf movies, you've got to bring up AWOL, American Werewolf in London. I just watched that, I think, like 2 weeks ago. So like I said, man, there's so many great movies in the 80s, even that early 80s time frame when, you know, like practical effects were kind of big. It would almost be impossible for me not to put together at least like a top 50 list. I don't think I can narrow it down to 10. It would be hard, man. American Werewolf in London's another one. And The Howling was fucking terrifying. When I was a kid, The Howling scared the shit out of me, man. Well, Prophecy scared me too, but The Howling kind of terrified me, man. Like, that was another one that was just greatly done. A lot of bad sequels. I like the one in the Down Under with the girl who they made the marsupials. That was kind of a cool one. I dug that one. And then part 3 I liked too with Sybil Danning. Lloyd, I still like Ernest Scared Stupid even though it was a comedy. I don't think I've seen that one yet. I've seen Ernest Goes to Jail and Ernest at the Camp. I don't think I've seen the one with Burger Lips in it. I'll have to watch it and see if they're on like any of the networks that I do actually have. But Jim Varney, man, he was funny. I don't remember his commercial from the 80s, like Motorman Burn. I think he was doing pizza commercials for like Domino's or something, or a soft drink or something. He was doing commercials in the 80s. Those commercials to crack me up, man. No, Ezekiel, it's the sharks that are responsible for people not swimming in the water in Australia, as well as the 10 boys and the sea snakes, and the only other shit that tries to kill you when you go in the water in Australia. Monster Mania. Is that the one that was in Texas, Trackback?
If you're reading something,
where they had like the whole, it was like a convention, horror convention, but they had like a hall with like all the horror actors and stuff. And I remember seeing like Lance Henriksen just kind of sitting there chilling out. He looks different. He's a lot older now. Of course, he was old when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. But it's like, how are people not like hounding him, man? I would have been all up his ass like a little fanboy, man. I swear to God. Skippy, that's it, Skippy. Not Boner, Skippy from Trick or Treat, the original Trick or Treat, where he turns against school. The basketball players thrown out on the gym floor, butt ass naked. That's a great movie, man. He's a metalhead. Or even The Gate. Remember The Gate with the little creepy monsters? The one kid's a metalhead and his buddy, not Brad Dourif. The same kid who was Deacon Frost in Blade all them years later. The Gate was such a cool movie that I used to love to watch when I was a kid. Where the kid plays the record backwards and opens the gate to hell in his backyard, and the little guys run out of the pit. It's kind of corny now, but back then I loved that movie as a kid, man. I would watch The Gate. It was one of them HBO movies that come on 15 times a day, and you'd watch it 3 times a day. Return of the Living Dead, Night of the Living Dead. That's another one that's still kind of pretty haunting, you know.
I know he gives
I
out.
know that you can do it.
I did not see Vampire's Kiss. I don't want to watch Nicolas Cage overacting as a vampire. I've never seen that. I will steer clear of that one. I like Nicolas Cage, but sometimes he's just too Nicolas Cage. So those are movies I try and skip for him. I did love him in Gone in 60 Seconds. He was freaking great in that.
Another thing that it needs to
Yeah, Scanners, Lloyd, ain't it? Bush! Seeing it, I think I was like 6 or 7 years old, watching people's heads shaking them. I think I used to watch that back to back with would come on TV. Scanners would play with Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland. You could watch both of those in a day. Silver Bullet, that's another great vampire movie, man. Corey Haim, freaking Gary Busey, another great cool werewolf movie, man. It was another one I would watch on HBO 2 and 3 times a day, man. Like when Corey Haim was a little kid, Cool Werewolf. I love that guy in there who, I'm another big fan. That same guy who was the werewolf, the preacher, was in People Under the Stairs. I remember seeing People Under the Stairs in theaters when it was new. I bought it on DVD. I don't know why I'm drawn to that movie. The one guy looks like Sebastian Bach from Skid Row who lives under the stairs. It's such a crazy ass, weird movie. But it's another one I love. People Under the Stairs. That's such a great, cool, freaking weird, goofy movie. But oh man, I love it. And plus Ving Rhames in it. I love Ving Rhames. I'll watch him in anything. He was awesome in it. That was like one of his early roles too. Monster Squad, man. I got Monster Squad on DVD. In fact, I think Monster Squad's 87. So my buddy used to do commercials as a kid. He used to be like in telephone company commercials like Bell South. He used to do commercials. He would have to go on auditions. His mom would pull him out of school and take him to Chicago because we lived in Hammond. Remember, there's like South Chicago, murder capital of the world, and we live in between. So she would take him north to Chicago to do auditions. And he would hang out with Fred Savage. Fred Savage would be on a lot of those same auditions. So they would play Mad Libs together. The little Mad Libs books you get from like the book fair at school. And he would hang out with Fred Savage. So he got called in. He did commercials with Ron Howard. So after Happy Days, Ron Howard did commercials. A lot of commercials for TV. That's sort of how he got his directing chops. He would direct on Happy Days. Then he went into commercials after Happy Days and off the air. So he was, my buddy, would sit with Ron Howard one time. And I remember him telling me, him asking his mom, he's like, how come Opie's bald? Because he's used to seeing Happy Days where Ron Howard had a full head of hair. So my buddy used to do commercials with Ron Howard. And he got a call from California somewhere, and they said, hey, we're doing this movie Monster Squad. We want you to come out and read for it. So he was probably going to play the part of Fat Kid, Horace the Fat Kid. And he told his mom he didn't want to do it. He said he wanted to play baseball all summer with and see his friends and hang out. He didn't want to spend the summer in California shooting Monster Squad. So he passed on it. So to this day, we still give him shit. We're like, man, you could have kicked Wolfman in the nards, man. Like, dude, why didn't you just go? You'd have been a Monster Squad. Like, you know how freaking awesome that would have been, But, yeah, he passed on it. But otherwise, he'd have been probably Fat Kid, man. And it kind of sucks. But he was that close to being in Monster Squad, being cast in Monster Squad. Because they were all just knockoff Universal monsters. You had your Gillman, your Mummy. They were kind of tacky. Your Frankenstein, which is cool. And then your Gillman, who was in the mucky swamps. And the Dracula guy was pretty cool. In fact, there's a documentary on Monster Squad. I think it's on Amazon Prime called Who Kicked Wolfman in the Nards. That's awesome. The kid who played Sean and his buddy directed and raised the money for it. So the documentary is awesome. It talks all about the movie. Phoebe's in it, all grown up now. She has a baby. And they go to a convention and they talk about Monster Squad. But the documentary for the Monster Squad is freaking awesome. It's like, you kick Wolfman in the Nards or something like that. And it's even for sale on Amazon Prime. If you can't find it, find that. That's a great watch, man. 13, you'll love that. Mortuary Collection, Clancy Brown. I think I remember Mortuary. I love Clancy Brown, man. Of course, he was in Highlander. He was in Bad Boys. Clancy Brown's awesome. That dude's he's an old school method actor. Like when they did Pathfinder with Carl Urban, he said, okay, if we're gonna do a movie about Vikings, if they got blown offshore and landed in the Americas, and they ran into the Native Americans, what would have happened if the Vikings had crossed paths with the Indians? Pathfinder is a great movie, man. So Clancy Brown's in it. He plays the head of the Vikings, and he said, okay, so if we're gonna do a Viking movie, everybody here is gonna learn to speak Icelandic. We're all gonna learn Icelandic. And the director was like, what? He's like, yeah, if you're gonna do a Viking movie, we're all gonna speak Icelandic, and then they're gonna dub it in. So everybody had to learn Icelandic. They had to go take Icelandic lessons to speak like a goddamn Viking. That's how old school Clancy Brown is. So I really like him, man. He's kind of an old school method actor, but I've always liked watching him on screen. Yeah, Man About Monsters. The gate, right? With the little monsters crawling around the gate in the backyard. That was so cool, man. You have a full-size body of Pumpkinhead? He signed it for me? No, it's in Jersey. Dude, that'd be awesome, man. Somebody had that up for sale not too long ago. They had a store in Illinois that was closing down. Had all kinds of props, and they had the full-size Pumpkinhead in there. I thought, man, I'd love to get that piece, man. In fact, if you watch Steve from Grimwood Hollow on YouTube, the guy who taught him special effects, I think he made the mold for Pumpkinhead's head because his mentor was such an amazing mold maker that Hollywood didn't trust anybody else but him to mold that big ass head for Pumpkinhead. So I think Steve's mentor, like Roman Hollow, is the guy who actually molded Pumpkinhead for that movie. See, Glenn says, funny story, I was at the Monster Mania convention. I'm dressed head to toe in a wolf costume. My niece, who was 12 years old, recognizes Lloyd from The Shining standing out of the hotel. Needless to say, I needed a picture with him. Wow, no shit, man. Lloyd was there? That's crazy. Or was it Floyd, the bartender? Nards, that's right, man. Is Little Monsters with Howie Mandel, where he's blue? I think I've seen it before. I was like, ugh, this is dumb. Yeah, X-Mobile. People Under the Stairs, man, that's a classic. It's such kind of a goofy movie, the whole premise of it. But I love that movie, man. I love putting it in once in a while and just sitting down and watching it. I'm also a huge fan of like George A. Romero and the very first Death Race with David Carradine in it. That's a great one to watch. In fact, Sylvester Stallone's in that. He did it after like Lords of Flatbush. The original one's it's kind of campy, but it's funny. It's got some cool lines in it. And again, I'm a car guy. So the original Death Race 2000 is freaking awesome. I love that movie, man. That's another one I could watch over and over and over again. Lazy brat sits in a room all day sewing dolls. Children must be hidden in the basement. One in the wall, doing his business. God knows where. She had the plate that guy licked clean, and then when she went to give her dirty plate to her mom, she was like, "Oh no, we know homeboy in the wall licked that damn plate clean. We know you're feeding them in the walls." And then he's running around in his gimp outfit, blowing holes in the walls. Like, that dude's fucking nuts, man. Just a crazy, outlandish movie, man. Clip-on nerds for the werewolf. That's cool. Are they full-size moose knuckles, Lloyd? You kids will be the death of me. The death of me. I have not seen House with Clocks in the Wall. That's one of Michael Dawson from Hunters Anonymous. He loves that movie, House with Clocks in the Wall. He talks about that a lot. I have not seen that. But anything like Guillermo del Toro, like the Hellboys, The Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth, his stuff is freaking amazing, man, because he like really kind of reaches out there for stuff. That dude is awesome, man. I love anything that Guillermo touches. That dude's amazing. He's got some serious vision, man. All right, Glenn, good night. I'm getting ready to jump off. It's like 9:50. I was supposed to get off like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, like, man, more horror movies. It's hard. It'd be hard to make like a top. Even a top 20 would be hard because I feel like I'd be screwing people out of like a rightful place, man. It kind of sucks. I need to finish this beer. and done. All right, folks, I guess I'm going to jump off too. It's pushing 9:50. So I think I'm going to go put on Dracula and fall asleep in my chair watching Dracula. You come say bye?
Yeah.
Say goodbye.
Ooga booga.
Get out of here. Freaking savage. All right, guys. That is the making of our trick. At least we're ready for the trick-or-treaters for Halloween. All right, Savage, beat it. You get your camera time. No. Beat it, Mushmouth.
You're high.
Yeah, we got the treat bags done. Maybe I'll do another live stream before Halloween. Get out of there, Savage. You're like a freaking pedophile on the damn camera. Maybe I'll try and live stream again. Maybe one more time if I can. Maybe we'll do a project or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. And if not, well, I will definitely got a bunch of videos coming up and stuff to show you guys. So, man, I got a bunch of stuff I want to try and put out. And then I think my next video is going to be the Halloween Tombstone one. So, be looking, okay, Savage, enough. But, yeah, man. You guys, if I don't see you before then, happy Halloween. If we don't talk like in person or live. But if not, I got a bunch of stuff coming. And then even after Halloween, I'm going to have more stuff coming. So, we never end here. All right, Savage. Get your freaking face in there. You mean mugging everybody?
I'm in your
All right,
nightmares.
everybody. Thanks for hanging, everybody. Good night,
I'm
man.
in your
I will see you
nightmares.
soon.
I'm
You
in
are
your
my
nightmares.
I gave birth to you. That's why.